The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, everybody. He's a macho. Savage, you're listening to Mike Tras9h, TrashTalkingRadio.com. The best in the business. Say it, the macho.
Wrestling fans throughout radio land, listen to Trash Talking Radio at TrashTalkingRadio.com. Every Tuesday from 7 to 10 o'clock, you hear guys like myself, the youth Ganon Giants, come on. And that's my story.
You may hear words to describe the Trash Talking Radio Show from 7 to whenever we get done is like using a screwdriver to cut roast beef. This is Sean, the other half of the Rock and Wrestling Connection. That's the trashy one and the loony one together forever.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ivan Koloff. I'm here to tell you about Mike Talking Trash. It's a trash 7 to 10. Tuesday night, you got to listen in. It's the best around, the best in town. Alright, hey, this is the animal. One half of the world famous taking the road when you're looking it up. If you know it's good for you, listen to Trash Talking Radio or else.
Everybody, you're watching Trash Talking Radio. This is Hulk Hogan. Hulk, what do you got to say about Trash Talking Radio?
Well, I gotta say that I just bought Trash Talking Radio. You're out of the picture, dude. This is my show, and you better watch because what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan's brand new Trash Talking Radio runs wild on you?
It is times like these that the world needs heroes and entertainment, and with that I give you the greatest live talk show known to mankind. With inflation being at its highest points, we need someone to show us the ways of good taking on evil, and someone who has the heart of Snow White and the strength of Thor. He, along with his sidekicks Trash's-mate, also known as Trish, Trash's babe, known as Ashley, they will fight crime and make the world right once again. Please welcome me in a round of applause for the vital idol Class C Mike Tras9h. You may all be seated. Thank you.
It is Trash Talking Radio. It is Tuesday night. It's the best day of the week, and I guess I got to turn this on so that people can see us instead of the picture of the day. Hold on here. Let's get it. There we go. Hey, there we are.
There we go.
That's right. And the key to my heart is sitting on the picture. So there we go. Anyway, it was a great weekend this weekend. We had the guitar player for the band had a little get-together with his family and stuff, and he invited me over and invited the band, and we just kind of talked and had a good time, and it was nice. It was a nice little kind of get-together, and something you don't do when you're jamming a lot is actually get to talk to your own bandmates, because we talk all business all the time. We got to actually talk to the girlfriends too, and the wives and all that. That was interesting. So I guess I'm the only one with a girlfriend. I guess the other ones are all wives. I guess all three of those are married. So Shows I got to be different, you know. So,
holding out for the best offer, Mike?
I don't think I'll be getting too many offers. I may, you never know, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm just used to, I don't know what I'm used to. I was married twice. I mean, both of my wives are dead. I guess I don't want anybody else to die. That's it. There we go.
There you go.
I don't want any other, no more deaths allowed. So that's the best way to handle it. But yeah, it was a really kind of a nice weekend. I didn't have anything that was, it was weird because I didn't have any band practices to worry about. I practiced on Thursday, which, was normal, but I hadn't practiced with him for a while, so it was kind of interesting because we then got a chance to practice with the other with the smaller band. So and then it is what it is. We had a good sit down, and we actually jammed a little acoustically, and that was kind of fun. And yeah, it was nice. It was laid back, and I'm not used to doing acoustic jams too, because I'm used to a real bass and not an acoustic bass. And then I found that one of the guitars that I brought over, because I like to show some of the guitars I have, because some of the guys really like to see the actual guitars that I own, because I told them how many I own. Anyway, while I was grabbing them, I grabbed one that I thought was my Les Paul, and it wasn't. It was a bass, and it was an SG bass, and it was one I kept trying to figure out where it came from. I knew I had one, but I thought it was a full size, so it threw me off that it wasn't a full size. I'm like, what? How did that happen? So I'm sitting there thinking, how did I bring a half size bass? And on the way home, I remembered that I bought a bass from my producer back in probably around 95, I would think it was. And but I thought that was a full size, and I didn't realize that was not a full size. And that was the one. So I looked up a little bit about the prices. Now I paid about, I don't know, probably about $400 to $600 for it way back then. Guess what it's worth?
I had no idea.
Yeah, I had no idea either. I thought it would be worth like $800 to $1,000. No. In the best case scenario, it's worth $3,800. Now, I don't have the best case scenario, but I probably have $2,400 out of it.
There you go.
That turned out pretty good. So that made me feel good. But yeah, it's weird, because I was sitting there like, where'd this come from? This isn't the one I thought, because I could have sworn that was a full scale one I bought from them. So I feel like I got ripped off. I feel like I deserved a full scale one, not a smaller one. That's the bass, by the way, that was used on my album too. That's the other reason I wanted it. So I thought it would be cool to own one of the instruments from that session. So that was cool. What'd you do this weekend?
I preached again, so I prepared on Saturday and preached on Sunday. But what I found out last night, while shopping for a refrigerator, is my article got turned down.
What? Why?
I wrote an article for the Salvation Army's national magazine, and they turned me down.
Wow.
So I feel your pain, Michael. I feel your pain.
Did you say to them, look, I'm on the radio every week?
I did say that. No, I didn't. So I'm a national radio
That's right.
and personality.
We had people listening on all platforms last week. We had people listening on every one of our platforms, and that's exciting. Good. So I kind of like when that happens. All right.
This article, Mike, was written about 9/11 when I was there.
Yeah.
25 years ago.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be interesting, but they told me the reason why they turned me down and other people was they decided, since it's 25-year anniversary, they would hire a national writer to write all their stuff for them.
Wow.
So I'm not the only one that got turned down.
Well, it's sad. It's sad because you were there.
I was there, and I poured my heart and soul into the article, and yeah, I feel your pain, Mike. I do.
I feel you feeling my pain. So it's sad when you're not when you put your efforts and stuff into things and get turned down. I've been turned down many times for stuff that I've written. So I get it. I feel it. So all right. Well, that means you just gotta
keep plugging away.
Yeah, I mean it happens. We all get turned down, and
yeah,
even Shakespeare has been turned down. So I don't know if that's true or not, but sounds good.
Sounds good.
So, all right. Well, I guess we'll get this show started. And there was something I wanted to ask you. Let me see. This is it. Yeah, I want to use that. I'll use that next week. Maybe that's it. What's that? I forget what that is. Do I want to hit it or not? Who knows what it could be? I guess I'll hit it, find out what it is. I don't know what this is. I hate when I put these notes down and forget why I put them down. Oh, okay, I know what that is. All right, we saw that last week. That was my getting beat up. Yeah, okay. That was... Oh, look, Christine. There she is. Does that mean you have my key? Now, what would make you think that would say, I have your key? After all, I keep a key like this in my archives all the time. I'm so mean. I don't know why any woman would put up with me. I can't understand it. I wouldn't put up with me. But anyway.
That comment took me back to playing chess with you days.
I wasn't even, that's like when somebody's used to playing tiddlywinks against a chess player,
Yeah,
so
that's exactly what it was.
I mean, the thing is, back then, I was fresh off the boat, right after I had won a whole bunch of things in a row. So you didn't really have much of a chance. You might have a chance now because I haven't played in, I can't even tell you how long. But yeah, I mean, I was pretty good at one point. I can't say that now because, I haven't played in so long. I could probably be taken out by a 12-year-old. So, but that's nothing against 12-year-olds. But anyway, all right, let's get this thing started. Birthdays, time for birthdays, the birthday show, the best part of the show. And some of these you should know most of these, but there's a couple I think you probably may not know. So she wonders why herself. Yeah. Anyway, the first one is Selena Gomez. I don't know if you know her or not, but she was dating, can't remember, was it Justin Bieber? Hi, Ann. I think it was Justin Bieber. One of those, she was dating him, I don't know, someone like that. Do you remember, do you know who she is?
I've heard her name. I don't recognize her face.
She's real young. Young.
22.
Well, a lot older than that, but not.
Okay.
But she's 34. All right, next one, David Spade. He's a Saturday Night Live guy, and he's been around. He's looking like he's aging.
David.
Yeah, he's aging a little bit now. So,
57.
Good enough. He's 62. Willem Dafoe from what was he? He was in one of those army movies many years ago.
Oh yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah.
I have no idea how old he is. I'm going to say
he's around your age.
68.
Good enough. 71. 71. All right, and then there's Danny Glover, who was in what was the movies he was in with what's his name? The guy that does the Christ movies. The one that did the early one that was
Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson.
That was him.
Yeah, that's right.
Him against when they were partners as cops.
I'm going to say 82.
Right, good. He was 80 or is 80. Next, Don Henley. Now he doesn't look like this anymore. Huh? You don't know who he is?
I know exactly who he is.
He don't look like this anymore.
He's aged. I'm gonna say 79.
Yes, that's right on the nose. Next one, Shawn Michaels. He's such a sexy boy. He looks like this now, though.
Yeah, he's not so sexy anymore.
No, in fact, you don't want to see him without the hat. He doesn't have the hair anymore either. Let's
say 71.
No. You're close by 10 years. He wouldn't like that you said that. I can tell you that.
61.
Yeah, he's 61. George Clinton, not of presidential. I guess not George. That George Clinton from what was it? The psychedelic, or no? What was it called? The Funkadelics.
Funkadelics.
Yeah,
yes.
Remember them? That was a long time. We were in college.
That is, yes. 72.
Much higher.
Really? 82.
85. Next one, I don't know if you know this guy. The next one, Daniel Radcliffe. He was in Harry Potter. Oops, I gave you the wrong side. Well, you got to see it there. He's 5'5", he's 37. It's like, this is the guy that was in Harry Potter. I didn't know anything about him except that he was in Harry Potter. I'm sure he's done other things too, but it's the only thing I know about him. I know you know who this guy is. I don't know if you know what his age is, but keep in mind, he got his name is Slash, and before you answer, I'm going to give you a hint. It's around my age. Oh, I didn't hit the button. Dang it. There he is. I don't know. Let's see if we can find one that looks like him now. Unless he doesn't age. He must have a deal with the devil, because I don't think he ages. Wow, what the crap? He looks the same. Unless he doesn't do any pictures that are current. I don't see. Man, this guy didn't age. What the crap?
Maybe he gets a lot of plastic surgery.
Or a deal with the devil.
Yeah, that looks more. That one.
This
right
one
there
here would probably be the closest I've seen.
Yeah.
I would guess.
I'll say 60.
No,
well, I'm going to go with 65.
60. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm sorry. 61.
61.
Sorry. You were going in the right direction. I was bringing you back. John Leguizamo. Now you might say I don't know who he is, but you should see him. You should recognize him. He's been in a lot of movies. Actually, wow, he was the voice of Mario? I didn't know that. No, it says he boycotts Super Mario. He's in a lot of things, and a lot of times he's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy. Yeah, I don't recognize him. So just going off these pictures, I'd say
he's
52.
around my age. Okay.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah, you said
59.
62 was, well, either one, 69, 62. It's about the same, 66. He's right in the middle of that. Okay. The next one, Woody Harrelson. Here he comes.
Woody.
This is probably close.
Yeah.
He's also around my age.
Yeah, I'm going to say 71.
No, 65. There we
65,
go.
okay.
Yeah, I couldn't have given you a better hint than that.
Well, I thought you were just hitting me in a decade.
Well, if he was... Okay, I get it. Yeah, okay. The next two are... Well, no, let's go with okay, the next one. Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, I should know this.
She's gorgeous for
she's
her
on the
age.
news all the time, I know.
Let's see if we can find what she looks like now. Unless she hasn't aged. I don't think she's aged. What the crap?
I don't think she's aged either.
Yeah, I don't see any pictures of her looking bad.
56.
Good. 57. That's it. This next guy, I think you know better than I do. Barry Bonds.
Yes. He he ages because he's shrinking because of steroid use.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, see his one picture down there in the yellow. That was him when he was a rookie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now he turns into a monster.
Yeah, he looks like he is.
And a home run leader. And it's during the steroid use stage, so he is not in the Hall of Fame because of that.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. See, he's not playing yet, I'm imagining.
No.
He's probably long gone from playing.
Yeah. I'm going to say he's 59.
62. So you got that point, too. Matt LeBlanc of Friends fame. And plus he was one of the hosts of Top Gear at one point. These are all looking like him.
I'm going to say, I do recognize him. I didn't know his name, though. 57.
Yeah, good. He's 59. All right, then we got Sandra Bullock. She looks,
another one I should know.
She has been around a while, too. I don't see any old pictures or pictures of her as old. So I guess she never ages either. These people were all people that made deals with the devil. Oh, there's one. That'll tell her your age. I don't want to give that one up. She's been around for a while, though.
Yeah, I'm going to say 68.
She is 62.
62. Okay.
Jason Statham. He, holy cow, look at that. I don't think I've seen him that age. Oh, wow. Actually, it shows his age. Well, his old age. Oh, that one does too. Holy cow. Every one of them says his age. Don't look.
I didn't see any move too fast. I have no clue, Michael, so I'm going to go 58.
That would be a great going because he's 59. That's good. All right. Kevin Spacey, who has been in and out of the news over bad things for the past probably 10 years. Well, maybe not 10, but at least 5. He's been in trouble.
Yeah, he got canceled.
Yes, he did. But he's back and then he's canceled again, I think.
85.
He is not anywhere near 80. He's 67.
Really, he looks full.
He's hanging in there pretty good. Okay, speaking of singers, I guess we weren't thinking of we were talking about. Wait a minute, he did what's his name sing? Henley. Yeah, he sang. Okay, another singer, one of your favorites. Oh, well, that's not it. Let's try it again. Come on, you can do it. There you go. He never dies, Mick Jagger.
82.
Yeah, that's good. He is 83. Helen Mirren. You may not know her by name, but you will probably recognize her. There she is. She's in the Bond movies. She's in...
Yes. She's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it says that she's 81, so
yeah.
81.
That's exactly right. Oh, well, I guess it said it right there. How did you guess that? How about Maya Rudolph? She was another Saturday Night Live person who has been... She's been in a lot of things. I would just... every Adam Sandler movie, she's...
52.
Good. She's actually 53. Here's another baseball guy, I think. Alex Rodriguez. He's baseball? Yeah, there you go.
He's reported to have done steroids, never proven, never confessed.
All right.
And he was with Jennifer Lopez for a while.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, it looks like that. Yeah, right there. There they are.
They were an item for a while, yes. I guess when you own the whole world, you really do own the whole world.
That's right. You do it while you're hot.
Yeah, he was the first $250 million ball player.
$250 million? Holy crap.
Well, there's a guy now that's a $700 million ball player. but back in the day,
well,
you first 250.
I could barely live off of that.
Outrageous. That was a 10-year contract, $25 million a year, and that was outrageous.
Wow.
Back in the day. And today, that's peanuts. You pay your you pay your backup relief pitcher $25 million now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, sports is crazy, Mike. Anyhow, he's got to be 56.
He has got to be. Where's it at? There it is. He is 50. Then we got another of WWE guys, and happens to be Shawn Michaels' best friend. Triple H is also
Triple H.
Yes. Looks more like this. No. Actually, 40, he's about 10, almost not. He's 9 years older than that. 56.
Wow.
So, and lastly, but definitely not leastly, Dana White of the UFC.
61.
He is 56, so you get that point too. All right, you did pretty good. There's only.
I knew most of them too.
I think you only had a couple wrong. I mean, that were.
Yeah, only a couple, but they were way off. The ones I got wrong were way off.
Yeah, I mean, those are the only ones that really count, are the ones that are really wrong, really like 80 when he's supposed to be 60. But you don't do that too often. You're usually right in the ballpark, so I have to give you kudos for that, because I don't think I could do it. I kind of give it to you because I can. Oh man,
it must be good to be the king.
It is. It's awfully good, but you have to worry about the peasants out there. They have
uprising.
Yes, there's always an uprising, no matter what. So, all right, let me get these off the page here so that we're back at 0. All right, there we go. All right, now let's see. Where is?
What did Christine have to say about you finding her?
She asked if I found the key. I said, no. Why would I find the key? Where would I get the picture? No, it was right where we thought it would be. It was in the car. Yeah, I'm such a bean person. Let's see. Okay. There we go. All right, now we go to the other page. The other page is. I got a lot of weird stuff today, but I'll try to keep it to the entertainment mostly, because I got some stuff that is just where. Yeah. Okay. So that's that. Okay. So. All right. There we go. All right. Oh, I found this page on YouTube. Two pages on YouTube that are really interesting. You might want to look at them a little bit closer than I'm just going to touch on them. The first one, and this is on alien stuff. So we've talked about aliens before, knowing neither of us knowing, nobody knows. I mean, nobody knows. Nobody that we know knows. But this is interesting because this is old footage that was taken with, you can tell it was taken like with some kind of film camera. And it's kind of weird stuff, but it's worth looking at because it's just, they got the one alien, they call him Skinny Bob, and he shows up in a bunch of different things, but a bunch of different videos. But I just kind of found it interesting because this is apparently a hidden video footage, and a lot of this stuff is weird because it's really bad footage. You can tell they're inside a vehicle, they're inside a helicopter or something. And so you see a dead alien there. You see a live alien there. And you see one that's not doing so well there. This one's walking towards us. I don't know what to think of it because it could just be movie footage for all I know. Although it talks about it being a rescue site. So what do you think?
Part of me really wants to believe it's true.
Yeah, me too. And this site, all it has is videos like this. Let me go back here. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they have 7 videos. So
do they have any of the surgeries?
I didn't watch all of them yet. I just kind of thought you'd like to see one of them, and I'll give you the information on them later. And there's also another page called Ivan0135, and he has some interesting ones too. It's kind of strange, but again, here we go. It's the same format, so it may even be the same videos. He's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one's in color. 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10. Now this one says it's in a group of 48 videos, so there must be a bunch of them that they found. And you know, again, I don't understand. This guy here, it could be the same guy, and it could be.
Well, it says it's Skinny Bob, so.
Yeah, well, they apparently have nicknamed this guy Skinny Bob, but earlier here we got the same writing, kind of like we had on that other one. So I'm thinking it was by the same, or at least around the same thing. And this says latest footage explained. I didn't listen to it. I didn't watch it. I just kind of found them the other night. So I'm going to look at them before next week, and I'll let you know what I found. Or if you want to see them, you can.
50135.
Yeah, and the other one is a bunch of weird letters. It's QTECQOT. So those are the 2 alien video things that I've run across recently. So.
Okay.
I mean, it's really interesting.
You'll get them in my head, Mike, and the next thing you know, I'll be dreaming about aliens.
Yeah. Man, I'm you know, I kind of hope it's real, but yet I kind of hope it's not real because it scares me a little bit. So I don't know. There's parts of me that you know, that hope that we would have a relationship with them that is a good relationship. But we still, and I'm seeing more and more videos on the freaking YouTube that I never would have thought that I would ever see. Speaking of that, that's something else that's really interesting. Right before we went on the air, I read something that looked really interesting. First off, Peacock turned its first profit ever, so that's exciting. So Peacock has been on the air for I don't know how many years, but they just haven't made money. But they finally made money. So Comcast reported earnings early Thursday with NBCU streaming service reporting its first ever profitable quarter, but warned that its theme parks, softness of theme parks. But they actually made $189 million last quarter. So that's good. That's a good scene. I mean, here's a snapshot of their losses. You know, they kept losing money. Yeah, all those downs, and then this one, you know, made 189, but they were losing tons of money, almost $1 billion there. So it looks like they might have it. They may actually have found the formula to make it work, or the amount of customers. But in the same sense, this next story is really interesting. Do you have Peacock?
I do through my daughter.
Okay, well, you'll find this interesting. Peacock to be included with YouTube Premium.
Yes.
That is
YouTube TV Premium.
Now that's funny because I pay, I don't know, $16 a month or something for Premium. and I pay $19 a month for the premium Peacock. So what happened there? So I don't know. That kind of was weird. I didn't expect to see that happen. So apparently that could be a good thing too. I mean, at $15.99 a month, that's cheaper than if you bought it by itself, I think, if you bought it commercial free. So that's, to me, quite a deal, because those are the two that I use the most often, is Peacock and YouTube. And, that, and I use HBO too. So, and we use Netflix. So those are the main source of our entertainment, those channels. So I might have to be happy about that, because I'd like to not have to pay both of them. I'd like to pay, just one of them. So that was kind of an interesting thing that I saw today. I don't know when they announced it, but I found it today.
I heard about it, so
yeah,
must have been announced on Monday.
Might have been, yeah. And so that's exciting to me, because I have those two services anyway. So that would make it a little bit cheaper for me. But yeah, to include that with premium is awesome. Because I like premium anyway, because that's where I get when I'm driving. I realized that I stream YouTube more than I stream Sirius. And even though Sirius has more channels, YouTube gives me the opportunity to use all the playlists that are afforded me, that are out there that people have put together. And some of them actually are funny, because I'll listen to somebody's playlist and one of my songs will come up on their playlist. That kind of is cool. It's nice to know that other people are out there listening to my music. So that's
cool.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I just found a playlist on YouTube of blues rock rips.
Oh yeah, I found one of those too. No, actually.
And I've just been playing. It's about 2.5 hours long, and I just play it over and over and over again.
That's cool. Yeah, I found one that had.
Now I have to put up with the commercials.
Yeah,
I don't have premium.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have to put up with the commercial part. But
if you, right now, I can still live with the commercials, and I have a wife that doesn't like to spend any money. So you put those two together, and I live with commercials.
Yeah. Well, I really do like the.
When you die and leave me $5 million, I'm going to get premium.
Oh well, that sounds like a deal.
Sounds like a deal?
Yeah, that's a deal. Yeah. I'll get that right into my will.
Okay. Or you just leave me premium. That would be fine too.
Yeah, that would. Either one works.
Either one works.
Okay, there are another pair of stories that go together. Let me see if I can find them. There's one of them, and then there's another pair of stories that all kinds of weird stuff ended up being paired that I found. Oh wait, I ought to put that with that. And this is, as soon as I find the other pair, I want to read that one, because these pairs, there it is. Okay, so here's Blackout fears erupt as 17 states are placed under power emergency. Now, this is kind of interesting that we're having these issues with blackout fears. They're because of the extreme heat and stuff. Now, the nice thing is it isn't either of our states. It has Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, but it also includes Nebraska, New Mexico, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Texas, Utah, and Wyoming. Now, this is okay. So I'm thinking there's more to this than what we think, and here's what the thing is. This is so stupid to put these two together, but they just happen to be in this week's news, so I'm putting them together. There's no correlation, by the way, just me. Daylight savings time has ended in 19 states. Guess which states they are?
Same states.
No, some of them are. Some of them are. Some of them are the same states, which I found hilarious because I thought, oh, well, that's why, because of the daylight savings time. So, yeah, 19 states are ready to for the new time change. Lock the clock. Or not time change. Not time change. Unfortunately, it's not my state. And it's not your state. Ours are still scaled to do this.
And the bill is stalled in the Senate.
Yes. But it doesn't matter because our states aren't involved. So I'm not getting excited until we have a real answer about this, because you know, I really think it sucks that we have to even worry about this stuff. This whole changing the state or changing the time thing is stupid. And anybody that thinks that it isn't, well, they deserve to have the thing. But I don't. I think it's stupid. It throws everybody else off. I understand the reason for it, but I think it's really stupid. I'm trying to see. Let me see if I can get the states here. Come on, give me the states. I saw it earlier today. There's 19 states. Okay, here we go. Texas, Oklahoma, Colorado, Alabama, Georgia, Minnesota, Mississippi, Montana, Idaho, Louisiana, South Carolina, Utah, Wyoming, Delaware, Maine, Oregon, Tennessee, Washington, and Florida. Which, unfortunately, is neither of our states.
Neither of our states.
Why can't we be that progressive, doggone it?
I believe Ohio says whatever the federal government does, we'll do.
Yeah.
I think that's the law of Ohio.
I think it has something to do with the power fears, the blackout power fears.
Yes.
That's why.
That's a good conspiracy theory.
Yes. I'm the only one that has it, but
started, it'll probably pick up.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. And somebody else is going to take credit for it. So it's just kind of weird. I don't know why we even consider, I mean, why that's even an issue at this point, because tractors now have headlights.
Headlights.
So, and they can always do it the other way, do it the way that it was supposed to be. I don't know. Oh, shoot, I accidentally hit the wrong button. Let me undo that. There we go. There we go. And now we just wipe this out. We don't need this anymore. Then there's another dual article that came out that I found interesting. Hold on here. Apparently, David Lee Roth has canceled his tour, and no reason was given for it. He just has canceled his tour. And the interesting part about that is that besides the fact that he's just canceled his tour, because he loves the spotlight, so there's got to be something serious if he's canceling his tour. He cancels 2026 tour dates. But there's no, I believe there's no real reason that we know. Let's see here. Final date is August 7th, and he'll be doing Sturgis. So that was weird, but then the next weirdest thing, if you had to say to me, what would be the weirdest David Lee Roth news? Sammy Hagar and Michael Anthony, who they were at war with, then all of a sudden decided, let's invite Dave to our tour. And I'm thinking, well, that's kind of cool. You know, let's get away from the drama, and let's just bring him back. David Lee's cancellation of several tour dates may yield a silver lining if Sammy Hagar's suggestion comes to fruition for both the Van Halen frontmen to perform together in Las Vegas. Hagar, the Red Rocker who replaced Roth in '85, posted a message on his Instagram this week expressing concern for his longtime rival, learning of the cancellations. from a former Van Halen bassist, Michael Anthony. And I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry. I hope you're well. I hope there's not a physical problem. And Hagar says, honestly, Mike and I love the fact that you've been out there doing it, supporting the greatest band in the world and that we're both part of. And then it says here, the 78-year-old Hagar extended an invitation for Roth, 71, to join him and Anthony at any time during their residency. So that's kind of cool. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
I mean, I'll tell you what, I loved the Van Halen Years with both of those guys in it. I loved it for two different reasons. I loved Roth because he was one of the guys that inspired me to be a singer. I mean, I never thought I could do it, and then he came out and he was doing it, and I thought, wow, if he can do it, I can do it. And then, of course, I went out and did my thing, and then when he left the band and Hagar came in, I thought, well, I like Hagar, but he's not David Lee Roth. And then Hagar won me over with some of the songs that they put together, and so then I loved both of them. So I don't know. I think it'd be cool to see both of those guys together on the same stage.
You think it'll happen?
I think that it's entirely possible. I don't know why David canceled, so I guess it depends why he canceled. So that's the best thing I can say about that. But it'd be really cool to see that happen. I think it'd be awesome. Carly Simon came out and talked about, now she's 83. She's sharing her Parkinson's disease and skin cancer diagnosis. Wow. That's crazy. First off, I didn't even know she was still alive, and I never would have thought she was 83. So the idea that she's still around and all that. A friend of mine got Parkinson's recently, and she's in her 40s, which it's really crushed her because she's just, she doesn't know how to handle it. It's sad. So I can't imagine. All right, let's see what else we got here. This is interesting, too. Injectable drug lets 36% of children with multiple food allergies eat safely, eat allergy-triggering foods after 1 year. Researchers say an oral immunotherapy may offer similar benefits, though participants report it carried more side effects. So that's some good news for kids. I have been lucky that I have never had allergies like that. Kansas City Chief Offensive Coordinator's son, 27, is arrested and charged with shooting his mother, who's in stable condition. This is like, huh?
It's Roth Bellamy's son. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just pulling him up right now. Just there he is.
Eric Bellamy, sorry.
Yeah. I can't even imagine shooting my mother. I can't. I mean.
Well, they didn't say, but I'm assuming he has some mental.
Yeah.
issues.
Well, so did Reiner's son. Look at him.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. No excuse, just maybe.
It's sad when these things happen because you just, being that we're semi-normal people, we would never do that. So it doesn't make sense to us, and I can't fathom the whole thing. I don't get it. But
more will come out.
Oh, I'm sure. Okay, then we got some news on Marvel stuff. Let's see here. Ryan Reynolds. Of course, we know who Ryan Reynolds' character is with Deadpool. Gave maximum effort while angling for a role in Avengers Doomsday during a Comic-Con. I would kind of like to see the Ryan. I would like to see Ryan Reynolds in an Avengers movie. I think he would add something to it.
Think it'll happen?
I think anything's possible when there's money involved. And and with Ryan Reynolds, he's got a lot of money. He's like, I mean, The Rock is the most powerful actor in Hollywood right now, and number 2 is Ryan Reynolds, money-wise. So anything could happen, but in the same sense, Marvel's talking about releasing a new movie that has Thunderbolts and some of the 2000 X-Men appearing together. I think the thing about that is that I think when I think of Thunderbolts, I think of kids' movies. And when I think of X-Men, I think of, above kid movies.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Says they at the Comic-Con they had the main stage populated by Pedro Pascal, Chris Evans, Haley Atwell, and Robert Downey Jr. And those people.
Have you ever been to?
I have not been. Well, no, wait a minute. I have been to those that had a lot of wrestlers in them, because sometimes wrestlers and the early Comic-Cons had a lot of wrestling guys go. So I've been to a couple of those. So Ryan,
never went. I always wanted to. Never went.
It's pretty interesting. Actually, they have them in New Jersey usually regularly. And for when I was doing trash talking radio in the early days in the early 2000s, I got into all those for free because I was me. I mean, I don't know that I could do that now because they've grown much bigger, but at that point I could get in. I could get in anywhere. It was kind of cool. Ryan Gosling is going to play supernatural horror hero Jonny Blaze, which is Ghost Rider, which is interesting because Gosling is picking up a role that was by what's the guy's name? Oh shoot, hold on, I can't remember who did Ghost Rider. Let's see, did Ghost, and I know I'm gonna kick myself. Let's see, I can't remember who it was. Can't remember still. No, not that Ghost Rider, the old one. The old one. There it is, that one here. 2007. The guy that was the director's nephew, I can't think of his name. Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage was the Ghost Rider last time they did a Ghost Rider movie. So it's really interesting to see Ryan Gosling going to possibly do the Ghost Rider again. Ghost Rider is an interesting movie too because was Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider was a Marvel character, I think it was. So yeah. Oh, actually, there it says was a Marvel character. In the big screen incarnation of the Marvel character that will be directed by Deadpool and Wolverine's Sean Levy. Okay, all right. Well, that makes sense. Now, I'd like to. I mean, I'll watch that. I thought that Cage did a good job of that. Also, on Black Panther 3, they're going to have now the Black Panther a movie ago before the last movie, I think, was the guy that died. Oh crap! My memory's going bad here. Boswick, Brian. No, Boswick. Oh crap! Who played Black Panther? Let's see. Here we go. Chad Boswick, Boseman, whatever his name. Anyway, he was the T'Challa. Anyway, they're going to cast that movie for a new Black Panther 3, and they're going to have a kid, David Johnson, is set to star as the adult version of Chadwick's character, or the son of Chadwick's Black Panther. So he's going to be Chadwick's son. So I guess they're going to turn that into a new thing.
Franchise.
So that's kind of cool. It was such a shame when Chadwick died, because he had done a lot of really good stuff in a short period of time, and nobody knew he had cancer. And he just, out of the blue, just died. And that was kind of sad. Because you didn't know. Nobody knew he was sick. It was so weird that anybody could keep that. I mean, that's a pretty heavy thing to keep under wraps, but nobody knew. So it's weird that he was able to do that. So, all right, next. What time we got? Okay, I got a few minutes before you come on. Okay, there's a new drug that was approved by the FDA that has acetaminophen and naproxen combination that will give you 12-hour pain relief. That's just been approved by the FDA. They cleared the first over-the-counter fixed-dose acetaminophen naproxen sodium product, expanding trying to read this with nanoploid analgesic options for headache, musculoskeletal pain, bleh, I can't even say all these words, dysmenorrhea, dental pain, and minor arthritis pain. So that's something I'm excited about, because I probably have all of those. I definitely have dental pain right now, but still, it's really cool. It's cool that they have done because usually you either had the acetaminophen or the naproxen. They never had a combination of both in one pill. And it's exciting to see that there's going to be, it says dosing consists of 2 325, 120 or 110 milligram capsules every 12 hours, providing acetaminophen 650 milligram and naproxen sodium 220 milligram per dose. So that's cool. It's cool that they actually, because like you either had something that was that fixed the swelling or blocked the pain. This will do both. So I'm excited about that. So that's off the table now. Get that done. And
are either one of those narcotics?
No.
I mean, the naproxen, I'm not familiar with that.
One of them is Tylenol, and the other one is not aspirin. Whatever the other one was, it was those two. Those two always, people always saying you shouldn't take one because it eats your stomach away, and you can't take the other one because it's whatever reason that was. But this combines both into one medicine, which will be kind of cool. So I'm excited about seeing that. Here's a good one. Well, which one should I do? All right, I'll do this one. Here's something interesting. How mortgage rates, fixed mortgage rates, have changed over time. Now, right now, do you have a mortgage now?
Yeah, it's a 3%.
10%? Well, here's what. That's a good one. Here's what the 80s had, 1983-ish, 18%. 18%. Could you imagine that?
Never be able to afford the house.
That's 20% of what you're paying. That's crazy. You're paying your mortgage double the mortgage every 4 years. That's just, or 5 years. That would be 5 years. But still, that's insane. And in 2021 or so, it was down to less than 2%.
Well, we're fixing up our house, not to sell it per se, but to live in it because we can't get a mortgage to 3% anymore.
Right.
So it's useless for us to sell and buy something else.
Yeah.
So why don't we just enjoy what we got, fix up what we got, and enjoy it?
Sure. And if you're happy with it, why not? You know?
We're happy with it. We could use some better neighbors, but besides that, you know, a good machine gun would take care of that.
What about a used machine gun? It's not quite as good.
Used machine gun would take care of half of it.
Half of it, okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, but you know the thing is,
Yeah.
when I see these, I'm thinking, man, back when I was a kid, it was like we're looking at 10% at one point, and I'm thinking, man, I can't believe that. But when I saw the spike here, man,
That's incredible.
How could anyone afford to do that? They must have had everybody right where they wanted them, because if you were getting a mortgage at freaking 18, 19%, you had to really, really, really be desperate to pay that kind.
Well, not only that, but your monthly payments must have been
yeah,
just to cover the interest.
Yeah. I mean, and you got to think now, your average house is probably, you know, you're not going to get a house for under $100,000 unless you're buying a piece of junk.
That's right.
You know, I have a friend that bought a house for 75. Well, my first house I bought was 80,000. That was back in 93, 4? No, 90. Yeah, it might be 93. And this one I think I paid 184, but then I put solar panels on it, and I put the batteries in it, and I put, you know, all kinds of fun stuff in it. If I took the time to really fix this place up a little bit, I probably got a good $500,000 house out of it. So, because I've been here 26 years. So it's probably worth a bit if I were to take the time to, and it's got, you know, 2 wood stoves. It's got, or, you know, it's got 1 fireplace and a wood stove. It's got the pool that really needs fixed up and stuff like that. But, you know, if I took the time to fix this up, I probably could turn it and burn it.
Make some money.
Yeah, but I love this place too much. I wouldn't want to leave this place. So that's not going to happen. But all right,
Especially when the aliens come and abduct you.
Yeah, and I
you're
like
out in the woods and nobody would know.
I like it out here. So it's kind of cool. All right, well the floor is yours.
Well, I guess we're going to get a little serious for the moment.
Uh-oh.
The war in the Middle East is on hiatus for a while.
Yeah, well, that'll be until they decide to until Iran decides to start bombing again.
Well, they actually did. They launched a missile. I just pulled it up on my watch while you were talking. Iran fired missiles at some U.S. troops. Don't know where, but we'll see what Trump does with that. But last Friday, President Trump ordered a suspension of new airstrikes against Iran, causing nearly 2 weeks of military operations. They had done 13 nights, and they stopped at night 13.
Okay.
They had been killing scores of Iranians and destroying bridges and tunnels. And Iran had killed 4 servicemen, our U.S. military service members.
Okay.
And so he put a halt to it. No one knows why. Nobody knows why. It's one of these things, either he's crazy or he knows something we don't. It's
Okay.
one or the other, right? And he probably knows something we don't. Also, he doesn't like killing Iranians.
Oh.
He has said that in multiple times. He does not like killing innocent Iranians.
Yeah, well, I don't blame
And
him.
when he's going after bridges and tunnels and power plants, he's killing innocent Iranians.
Right.
And he hates it. But to really go after Iran, this is what's left to do.
Wow.
And he doesn't like doing it. So I think he's just hoping that Iran will come to some type of, I don't know, have an epiphany and decide to do a fair deal this time. I doubt it, but, there's always hope, right?
Right.
We still have the naval blockade on, where the CENTCOM is stopping any ship coming to or from an Iranian port.
Okay.
For oil or for anything else. So we have a blockade on. He has threatened that if the talks do not work out, he would resume bombing Iran.
Wow.
He said that he would destroy, this is what he said before he started the 13 days of firing, that he would destroy a bridge or a power plant every time Iran struck a ship in the Strait of Hormuz. He also said that he would take assets that the United States has of Iran, so between $124 billion and $167 billion are frozen in the United States of America from Tehran.
Wow.
They're demanding that money back, but he says he's going to pay every ship that's hurt or destroyed. He's going to use that money to fix the ship one way or the other.
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was a good deal. So now on Tuesday, this was today, Oman secured Gulf backing for a plan allowing Tehran to collect voluntary fees for the Strait of Hormuz's transit, aiming to resolve the oil trade disruptions caused by the war between us and Israel and Iran. It's modeled after the Strait of Malkagas voluntary contribution system. So in other words, Iran says that we gave them permission in the Memorandum of Understanding that they could charge the toll to for people to go through the Strait of Hormuz. That we gave them permission, and they've been trying to collect that toll ever since. Okay? We say it's an open international waterway, and there should be no tolls at all.
Right.
But that's not what Iran is doing. They're still charging tolls to people. Okay. There's a northern route that goes up through Iran, very close to the shores of Iran, and there's a southern route. Well, when ships take the southern route, Iran shoots a missile at them. Sorry about my dog.
That's all right.
Iran shoots a missile. Iran shoots a missile at them.
Every time you say Iran, he barks. Stop saying Iran. I think he doesn't like Iran.
He doesn't like Iran. He's anti-Iran.
See?
Hey, girls.
What happens when you say Israel?
Israel. No. They're neutral on Israel.
I see.
So anyhow, they shoot at ships that go through the southern route, which we're trying to get all ships to go through the southern route, where they take a chance that Iran will fire on them, and destroy their ship. And so the United States has been providing cover for these ships, but they can't provide cover for all the ships. We don't have enough ships to provide cover for all the ships that need to get through.
Okay.
So the strait is still blockaded. It's still bottlenecked. So Oman has said that they're talking now about doing a deal where Iran will get some money for each ship that passes through the Strait of Hormuz.
Okay.
I cannot imagine Trump going through that. But the Gulf nations have backed that up. They have come to an agreement. So Trump may just take it. I'm thinking this may be the way out.
Yeah.
The Gulf states want it. The Gulf states can have it. We're out of here.
Right. That's our way out.
It's our way out. You want it? You want to put up with this, with them controlling the strait? You guys want this? we're out of here.
That's right.
Because we don't need the Strait of Hormuz.
No.
We don't transit much through there at all.
Yeah.
The United States. We don't need it. I'm hoping, my hope is that that's what happens, because I want it. I want out.
Yes.
This is my personal editorial opinion.
I want it out. I want it out a while ago.
There's no end in sight. There's no end game. There's no way to defeat these Iranians.
Yes.
There's an article I have here later that they rebuilt faster than we can destroy. So the roads, when we bomb a road, they patch it the next morning. We bomb a bridge. It's dry season. They just bulldoze a road right down through the riverbed. We can't keep up with them. They are masters at rebuilding and re-energizing, and we can't drop enough bombs. Then there's another problem. There are reports that we're running out of bombs. That we're running low on bomb supplies and missile supplies and anti-missile supplies, Patriots and THAAD missiles, and we're running out of Tomahawk cruise missiles, and we're running out of bombs that our fighter jets are dropping. And do we want to deplete everything we have on what I have now come to believe is a losing option?
Right.
We can't win this thing anymore. We're just going to keep dragging it out and dragging it out and dragging it out. If Trump wants to keep the House or the Senate this fall, this war has got to be over, and oil prices have got to come down.
Right. I agree with that. I think
he has no hope. He'll get impeached. If he loses the House, he'll be impeached.
Right.
If he loses the House and the Senate, he'll be thrown out of office. So he has no other option but to come home.
Now let's assume for a second that he got thrown out. Is there anybody that we like that would be thrown in?
Well, it would be the vice president would be in office, and then they'd have to name a new vice president.
Do we like him?
J.D. Vance would become. J.D. Vance is okay. Okay. I prefer Marco Rubio.
Right.
That's my guy. There's two wings in this presidency. It's J.D. Vance and the negotiating team, and Rubio and Hegseth and the military team. Although Rubio would want to come home too. He's not crazy. And these two factions are vying for Trump's ear, and he pits them against each other. Right? He gave Rubio the war for a while. Now he's back giving Vance the diplomacy for a while. He keeps pitting them against each other to see who'll come out on top.
Yeah.
Because he gets to crown the next president.
Okay.
Or the next Republican nominee for president. He gets to crown them. Because whoever he says, that's who's going to become the Republican nominee.
Okay.
And it's down to two right now. It's down to Rubio or J.D. Vance.
Interesting.
And a lot of people don't like J.D. Vance.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't like Rubio, too.
And there's a lot of people that don't like Rubio. So I prefer Rubio over Vance, but I also could be talked into somebody else, especially if he came from the center. So I could, if we had a third party, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
But this thing, I don't think there's an end in sight unless Trump takes this as a win and takes it and goes with it. I don't know if he will. I actually doubt that he will, but I wish he would, because we could bring our people home and our hardware home and drop oil prices and, and Trump wins his legacy, right? There's an article I'm going to talk to you about well, I might as well just talk about it now, but they're trying to, they have bids out and asking Congress for the money to redo the train station in New York City, the famous train station in New York City.
Okay.
They want to name it the Trump Center.
Oh, man.
That was a long, meandering way to go around to Trump's ego.
It's crazy.
But yeah, they want to name it the Trump Center.
Why don't they just name the country the Trump?
Trump. United States of Trump.
United States of Trump, yeah.
There was a book written by Bill O'Reilly called The United States of Trump.
Jeez.
Same premise. He's known him for 30 years, and he'll say in that book, I read the book, that he's the most egotistical person he's ever met in his life.
He's the most egotistical.
But in a good way, he said. But in a good way.
I don't think that that's good. I think that the and I'm sure you'll agree with me that the president should be humble. Not
should be.
I mean, he's got to be powerful, which Trump has that part down, but he's got to be humble too. You know, I just think that whenever he sounds off with this, well, you got to rename this to something else. You know, it's always Trump something. That, you know, maybe if he picked another president to rename something after, I'd feel a little bit better about it. But everything's got to be renamed after him, and that gets. I mean, it was old after the first thing that he renamed.
Well, it gets worse. Hang on a second.
Oh, it gets worse? Well, I appreciate that. Oh, man.
Let me just go down here and trying to find it in my national news. Give me a second here. Hey, we got Giddy News. Did you know that?
We got what?
Giddy News.
Oh, I didn't see that. I missed that.
Oh, yeah, we got Giddy News. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. So where is it here? Oh, I can't find it. Well, let me just transfer off here to... There it is. Oh, 73% of Americans think that Trump is like Napoleon who wanted to build monuments to himself.
Yeah.
73% of American registered voters think that he just wants to build monuments to himself.
I would think that I agree with that, and we'll have to up that a little bit.
They say all this stuff he's doing in Washington, D.C. is out of his own ego, not out of necessity. Right.
Yep.
He has not convinced people that it's a necessity.
Yeah, it's a necessity, right. It's just it's a lot less letters than using some other name.
Incredible. So Saudi Arabia and USA have signed a nuclear
agreement. I got it right here. Hold on. Let me pull that up. Yes, I saw that. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There it is. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's it. Wait a minute.
So in other words, what they're doing is they are going to, the U.S. is going to supervise the construction of nuclear power plants in the kingdom, Saudi Arabia in the kingdom. And they are going to control the enrichment of uranium for these nuclear power plants. But as part of the deal, they have to join the Abraham Accords. Saudi Arabia cannot join the Abraham Accords because it has the most militant jihadist population of any of the states in the Middle East. They walk a fine line having U.S. on their territory.
Okay.
The kingdom walks a fine line. They are a very repressive regime, trying to keep its people in line. If they were to join the Abraham Accords, they would have a revolt on their hands.
Now, what is the Abraham Accords?
Right. Trump started this in his first term. He's trying to get Middle Eastern countries to sign a peace treaty with Israel. It is a great thing. The Abraham Accords is no joke. It is a great thing, and he's gotten some countries to join. Right? Jordan is one. Egypt was one. We've got Lebanon to join, I believe. there's a few others. But we need the big guys. We need the big guns to join to make it really safe for Israel to exist without the constant threat to their extinction. Each and every member of the Middle East that joins the Abraham Accords is one less nation they have to worry about. So Trump should have been given a Nobel Peace Prize for this alone. He should have gotten it. But, of course, everybody hates him, so he's never going to. He could have a peace accord where every country in the world is at peace, and he's totally responsible for it, and no one would give him the Nobel Peace Prize.
Right.
Because they hate him so much.
Right.
So he's never going to get it. Which he craves, by the way.
Really? Well, I guess.
Yeah, he craves a Nobel Peace Prize because they gave it to Obama and Obama did not. They gave it to Obama because he was the first black president of the United States. He got the Nobel Peace Prize for that. And Trump's saying, if he got it for that, look at all I'm doing and I don't get it. And he's probably correct, but he's hated. And part of the reason he's hated is because he's Trump.
Right. But part of the reason he's hated is that everything's got to be named Trump, and he's a freaking psycho.
Egotist. He's a psycho.
Psycho-egotist.
It's his own fault. It's his own fault. So, anyhow, the Abraham Accords is a real deal, but the Saudi kingdom is not going to go along with that, I don't think. They have too many people in their... In fact, most of the 9/11 pilots and terrorists that took over the planes were from Saudi Arabia.
Oh. Interesting.
Almost all of them were from Saudi Arabia.
I didn't know that. I thought they were from...
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
They were Osama bin Laden's people, but they were all from Saudi Arabia. He contracted them there. He found them. He got them. He trained them in the United States, paid for their training, and then did what he did. And Obama got him, to Obama's credit. He did hunt him down and kill us some. So, I mean, got to give credit where credit is due.
Right.
So, and Obama didn't make enemies like Trump makes enemies.
Right, yeah.
Obama had his detractors, but not enemies. Trump has enemies.
Yeah.
There's a difference. So anyhow, that's that deal. In New York, Zelensky, the prime minister or president of Ukraine, was in the United States today meeting with Trump. And for Lindsey Graham's funeral is happening too today. And they had a good meeting, and Zelensky arrived seeking air defense capabilities and a drone deal. So in other words, he wants to be able to manufacture Patriot missiles. And he needs Congress to approve that, because that's what he desperately needs. He needs Patriot missiles to ward off Russia's missile attacks. See, he's sending drones to blow up wildberries, the Amazon of Russia, which is ticking off the Russian population. He's sending drones to destroy oil facilities, refining facilities, which causes gas lines, and it causes gas prices to rise, and it causes shortages across certain parts of Russia. And he's doing it in Moscow, where Putin has isolated and insulated himself from the war. The people of Russia don't have their kids conscripted to go to war in Ukraine. They don't have the horrors of war impacting anybody around Moscow. So what Zelensky did and his generals is they decided to make Moscow hurt. And the way you make Moscow hurt is to blow up Amazon wild berries, their version, and you make them pay at the gas pump.
Oh.
And Putin is losing points with the Russian people right now. I listen to people who translate Russian influencers. They are totally ticked off at the way the war is going. They're totally ticked off that Putin can't protect Moscow from these drone attacks. They say that the generals are lying to Putin about territory they gained. They're gaining no territory whatsoever. They have two sets of maps on their walls. The real set of maps and then the maps that they're sending to Putin. And the influencers in Russia who are widely read, this is not good for Putin. Now, they're still pro-Putin. They want Putin to win, these influencers, but they're very negative on the state of the war right now. Right?
Mm-hmm.
When you engage in battle, a Russian soldier is likely to live about 20 minutes.
Wow.
No one wants to go up to the front lines because it's a meat grinder. Getting there, drones attacking you, little drones with little payloads of explosives that track you down and blow you up. That's how most Russian soldiers die. It's from a small drone that's tracking them through the woods, tracking them through the fields, finding an opening, and then blowing them up into pieces. And I've watched it happen. I've watched the footage of it. It is the fright and the fear that's on these men's faces right before the explosion. Nobody wants to go. And they're what happened is their commanders are telling them, I'll either kill you now or you go forward. That's their choice.
Wow.
Their commanders will shoot them dead right where they stand if they refuse to go. So they have to go and take a chance that they can make it. Chances aren't very good that they make it because the Ukraine has become very good at this drone warfare. War is hell, Mike. Nobody, no general in his right mind should want war. If they've seen war, they should not want war.
And in this day and age, it seems like we shouldn't have people out there anyway because we've got enough technology that we shouldn't need it. I mean, I might be. I'm sure I'm wrong on that, but it seems like we have enough. I mean, just the idea that a human would be out there in the wilderness, taking on who knows what. I mean, drones, for instance. Drones should be one of our main attack weapons now in all of the warfare. It should be. People shouldn't be involved in it anymore. I don't know. Maybe I don't know anything about that.
Well, drone warfare. Ukraine has taught every military in this world about drone warfare and the viability of drone warfare.
Yeah.
And Ukraine launches and see, the problem is that Russia retaliates by sending missiles into hospitals and apartment buildings and housing developments. And they have retaliated by killing civilians, while Ukraine has tried to kill wild berries and oil refineries. You see the difference?
Right.
In the tactics.
Right.
And the morality, the difference in the morality between the two countries. Well, between Putin, not Russia, but between Putin and Ukraine, there's a morality difference. And so Zelensky is proposing that they stop the long-range drone and missile barrages, that they come to a truce on the long-range stuff. No more wild berries, no more apartment buildings, no more oil refineries, no more hospitals. to stop doing that across the board, and Putin won't answer. Putin won't answer. In other words, Zelensky's saying, let's just fight it out on the battlefield with professional soldiers and stop bringing civilians into this. Putin won't answer. Right. Okay, in Europe, NATO, one last thing on major stuff. We've begun a review of our military presence in Europe, in NATO. We're looking to withdraw out of NATO and have NATO defend itself against Russia. Now, we've been carrying Europe since 1945, since 1940. We've been carrying them. And they've been building a social democratic society where they take care of you cradle to grave on the backs of U.S. taxpayers who pay for their defense.
Right.
And I'm tired of that.
We could
They need to take up. I mean, we shouldn't withdraw completely, but we should withdraw down significantly our contribution to Europe. They need to start paying their own way.
Yes.
And that's very hard for these countries because they've made social contracts with people that they only work 30 hours a week. They get 6 weeks vacation a year. They get free medical care. There's free daycare. There's year-long maternity leave. They've made these social contracts with people. And that's going to be hard to pull back from so that they have the money to defend themselves.
I think you should run, and I should be your vice president.
There you go.
We'll take it
We'd
over.
be out of Europe if I ran.
We'd be out of
remember
there.
all those? We'd be out of there. Hey, do you know all those boats that we've been destroying in the Caribbean?
Yeah.
We've destroyed 67 boats and killed 221 people.
Wow, that's quite a few. That's a few people and few boats.
And according to the Washington Post, the Drug Enforcement Administration analysis concluded that it has not reduced the amount of cocaine entering the United States at all.
Well, that's not true because all those people we reduced it by
Cartels,
67.
well, they temporarily did it. But the cartels just have found other ways to go around it.
Yeah.
See, these people are smart and they get votes too.
Yeah. And a lot of those may be distractions for their other versions of things that they're doing too. We're thinking we're getting them, and while we're paying attention over here, they're doing it over there. You know, they're pretty smart about that.
So now, I believe the DEA, but I don't believe the Washington Post. The Washington Post is an extremely anti-Trump, left-leaning newspaper. It does some great work sometimes. I'm not going to knock it on everything they do. I do read some of their stuff, and it's excellent reporting. But if they could hate Trump and do anything, say anything to tear Trump down, they will do it. However, this is pretty well sourced from the Department of Drug Enforcement. So that's why I reported it. If it wasn't that, I wouldn't have reported it because I don't always trust the Washington Post.
Right.
Elon Musk is in the news.
Oh, here we go. What do we got?
Yes. Musk say he backs normal people and rejected claims that his ex-post shows support for fringe politics.
Fringe politics.
On Friday, the 24th, he did an interview with The Economist editor-in-chief and he denied supporting the far right, claiming he backs normal people, mislabeled by the media. In other words, he's countering extremist claims by saying he supports people who want secure borders, safe cities, free speech, and sensible spending. That's his platform. And that's not far right.
Okay.
That's more center right.
Okay.
Still right. but it's center right, not far right.
Yeah.
And those are 4 things that I support, especially sensible spending.
That would be cool.
You know, we're spending ourselves into trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars of debt.
Yes.
I definitely free speech. I believe in free speech, even if I don't like what you say.
Right.
I believe you have the right to say.
Right.
Safe cities. Our cities aren't safe.
Yeah.
Most of our cities aren't safe. And we've secured the borders, and the immigration problem has not gone away, but it's not growing. So, yeah.
Okay.
So he admitted that he got too carried away and got too involved in politics, he says. Right? He also defended Doge's work, right? Although Doge only saved $214 billion, far short of Musk's initial promise of $2 trillion that he could save the country.
Do you buy this? Do you believe that?
He did promise $2 trillion, and it's only been about.
I mean, but do you think that he saved us any money for real?
Yes,
okay.
I think he saved us $214 billion.
Okay, all right. I mean, because $214 billion is nothing to spit at. I mean, that's pretty good.
It's nothing to spit at, but of course, it's detractors are saying, but you promised $2 trillion.
Well, you can only do what you can do, and he did that in a couple months. So, for the amount of time he was in that office, that's pretty good.
I say that, you say that, but as detractors, you know what they're saying.
Well, it doesn't matter. He could have sold. He could have. It doesn't matter. He could have hit that goal, and they still would have found something wrong with it. So,
well, here's what they found wrong with it too. Here you go. Trump said that 0 people died because of Doge, right? But anti-Musk people say that there were 780,000 deaths within the first year of U.S. AID funding cuts, including more than 518,000 children. How you quantify that, I don't know.
Yeah.
How you even come up with those numbers, I don't know. And I don't trust the people coming up with those numbers to begin with. But I'm sure it's not 0. I'm sure cutting USAID or USAID has hurt people around the world.
Yeah.
But here's the bottom line. When did it become our responsibility to save every human being on this planet?
Right.
Can we do that?
I agree with that.
We can't save every human being on this planet.
No. In fact, we can't even save ourselves. So
we have people dying in the United States we have people that don't eat. I mean, don't have medical insurance.
Right.
We have people that are hurting here.
Yep.
And yet we're taking care of people over there.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm more America first than I think. I don't claim that I'm America first, but it sounds like it.
But we have to be America first because we are America, and if we don't take care of ourselves, how can we take care of others? And the problem is that the others don't generally appreciate what we do for them. I mean, all the people that we took care of in the past.
No, they hate it.
They don't.
They hate it.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's no offense, but screw them. If they we got to take care of our own people, and there's a lot of people that live in the streets and stuff like that we aren't taking care of that we should take care of. So I personally think that a lot of that, and a lot of our own people don't appreciate what we do for them too. But still, I mean, we spend a lot of time on other people's problems that we should not even be involved in most of the stuff out of this country. And like you said, we don't have to be at we don't have to be there in Iran. We don't have to be dealing with the Strait of Hormuz because it doesn't really affect us that much.
Not that much.
It does affect us some, but but as bad as it affects some people who aren't participating in our in trying to get their stuff back, they expect us to go in there because we're the police, and we shouldn't be the police. We're not the world police, and we shouldn't.
I'm tired of us being the world police.
Right. I personally think we should just build a wall and just be our own thing. And
well, we kind of have a wall. We have 2 oceans. So separated.
But I mean, let's get rid of Mexico and let's get rid of Canada too. I mean, let's get rid of everybody while we're at it. Why should we help anyone? I don't see anyone coming to our aid whenever we need help. So, I'm kind of like angry at the world because they expect us to fix everything, and they don't do their part in fixing it.
So you're America First too, Mike.
I what?
You're America First too.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been America First. I feel that we spend a lot of time outside the country taking care of other people's problems. That's an OPP, another person's problem, another country's problem, OCP. How about we just take care of U.S. problems? And it's because once we become stronger by ourselves, people will start messing with us anyway. So when they see that we're right and we're but everyone thinks, well, the U.S. will take care of it. Why? Why should we take care of it? We're spending our resources. Why should we bomb with our bombs to save someone else? Let them, if they want to hire us to be mercenaries, that's a different thing. Pay us. It's all about the Benjamins, and I mean Franklins. Not, I don't know. I feel that way to a certain degree, by the way. I don't feel that way 100%. If someone's in there trying to tromp all over people because of say, the fact that they're Jewish or whatever it is that the issue is, okay, I feel a little bit about being a big brother, but I don't feel as much of a big brother as we've been. I don't feel that people appreciate what we do. And it's like your parents saying you don't appreciate anything. Well, I feel that the world does not appreciate what we do give. And that makes me angry. And it's kind of like, maybe I feel like the U.S. should be more like Trump, like name things after us or something when we do something good for you. Compliment us when we do something good for you. What do? They turn their back on us. The first time they don't need us, they don't care, and they turn their back on us. But then they call crying, help, 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 and then we lose our people and we lose our money.
That's what's going to happen if Putin moves against NATO, Europe. They're going to expect us to come in and save their real ends.
And you know what? We're going to end up having to do that because we're the only ones that have the
ability to do it.
Yeah, okay, that's a better word than I was going to use, yes. I was going to say gazonis or whatever to do it. I think everybody out there is a bunch of wimps and nobody wants to take responsibility for their own thing. There's a point where we should stop doing it. So, I don't know, I just feel frustrated.
My opinion about Europe, I think we ought to drastically cut back what we do for NATO.
Yeah, it's crazy how much time and effort we put into everybody else's problems, and we've got our own problems that we need to deal with. If we took all that money that we spent on bombs that we spent to blow up things that aren't really ours, not our issues, if we took that money and put it back in our own, for the poor and stuff, think of the things we could have improved there. We're just not taking care of our own people. I think we should take care of our own people.
I agree, Mike. Paramount's in the news.
Oh, yes, they're in the news a lot, actually. Are you done with your Trump stuff?
Yeah.
Because I do have some other Trump stuff.
Go to Trump. Go Trump.
Okay, I still have Trump stuff. I have Trump warnings put in front of the Smithsonian after a report finds extreme activism. President Trump on Friday ordered Smithsonian's National Museum of America History to put up signs highlighting a report that concluded that the country's leading cultural center put ideological bias over historical facts. The 162-page report from the White House's domestic, domestic what? I don't know what it goes. Hold on, I got to figure out what the rest is. I figured you probably had that, so I didn't bother putting much into it. I always wait to see what you talk about, then anything you miss.
The reason I did it because I have so much other stuff I skipped this. But what this is, Mike, is that there are very anti-American people running the Smithsonian Institute, and Trump tried to fire the leader in his first term and couldn't get it done. He's after her again, but they actually have my grandson was just there, and my daughter didn't see any of this, but evidently they have exhibits about white supremacy and white privilege and all of that. There's a basis of truth in all of that.
Yes.
But to make that your primary selling point in Natural History Museum is wrong.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not saying that stuff doesn't happen, and I'm not saying there isn't white privilege, and I'm not saying that there isn't white supremacy, but
that's not the point of that museum.
That's not the point of the museum.
Yeah. I mean, things like, says here, improper ideology. It says diversive narratives. It says that inaccurate information presented in the museum will be it's the signage will correct inaccurate information. And the thing is, first off, a museum should be right down the middle anyway. It shouldn't be biased in any way. But I guess that really is. It says earlier this week, a Smithsonian National Museum of Director Anthea Hartig was pressed by Republicans on several exhibits at the institution, including one lawmaker suggested Mickey Mouse was a racist. Concerns about
blackface.
Yeah, and that's stupid. And concerns about
a black-faced minstrel is what they're accusing Mickey Mouse of being.
And it says concerns about children engaging in sexually explicit LGBT exhibit that displayed a crotch harness in the illegal to be you gay history beyond Stonewall exhibit. I think that kind of stuff. See, that kind of stuff I don't think belongs in a museum like that. I mean, this is supposed to be family friendly, isn't it? I mean, that's what it's about.
Well, do a alternative lifestyle museum.
But I mean, I'm not against the LGBTQ thing or the
no,
LGBT.
But I mean, do an alternative lifestyle museum where all alternative lifestyles are put on exhibit. And if you want to go look at it, you can go look at it.
But you don't need to.
Don't put it in.
But this is something. I mean, we're talking about a crotch harness. Okay, that has nothing to do with.
Anything.
To me, that's stupid. I don't have a problem with an LGBT exhibit, but it's got to be done right. You got to tell the story that LGBT is not something to be scared of. Instead, they're showing crotch harnesses. You don't need that. What do you need that for? Why don't you just
especially to my 8-year-old grandson?
Right.
Luckily,
explain what LGBT is, why it is. Explain where the issues are. Not the crotch harness, but why people feel that it's wrong or whatever, and why people think that it's right. That's the kind of things you should have in a museum. Unless you're going to have a sex museum. At the sex museum, you can have the crotch harness, you can have the swings and all that other stuff that is all inclusive instead of just because you don't a crotch harness. What does that have to do with an LGBT? That's you can use a crotch harness.
Straight people use it too.
Yeah, I mean to me that's just really stupid. And the idea of a museum is you want to tell the history of our country, not the sexual history of our country. That to me is I understand where the issues are, and it shouldn't be like that. It should, that'd be like me going to work at my computer job and saying that I can't sell it to you because I understand that you use a crotch harness, and one has nothing to do with the other. I don't mind telling the story of the U.S., but you don't need to tell the inner workings of someone giving birth. You don't need, something that's totally not related to what the exhibit's supposed to be. The exhibit is supposed to be about people and about the history of the country. It has nothing to do with crotch harnesses. It has nothing to do with whatever you think is wrong with being gay or whatever it is, or, not you in particular, but I just think that our country is a little bit crazy about things that they do when they do that kind of stuff. I'm good with us telling the stories of what we need to know, but it just seems a little bit extreme, and it doesn't need to be extreme. You don't need an extreme museum. I don't know. That's just my opinion of that.
Well, that's the opinion of the Trump administration.
Yeah. Let's stick with the history, and let's not talk about. We don't talk about. You don't go to high school.
Not revisionist history.
If you're not going to, I would say take a look at what the school's teaching. If the school's teaching it, it's probably okay. If they're teaching, they're not teaching about crotch harnesses. They're not teaching about different sexual positions or whatever it is that they're teaching. They're teaching history. That's pretty simple. So, anyway, the U.S. and Saudi Arabia. Okay, that's the nuclear thing. We did that. Okay, then we did the sky-high oil, which we talked about. Okay, that's done. Then we did you do the Secret Service agent suspended? Over,
yes, under J.D. Vance's secret. I did not do that.
Okay.
He's accused of...
agent under criminal investigation Thursday.
For giving out information.
Yeah. So that was interesting. I found that pretty interesting. Also, dead people receive $99 million or more.
Yes.
That's something. I mean, that's not a direct. I'm just doing politics altogether. Massive screening operation catches fraudulent payments going out to all these dead people.
I'm glad we're doing this. This is part of Vance's job, is to run this fraud committee. And they're finding a lot of fraud.
Yeah.
And, it's past blaming people. It's just negligence. It's just stupidity.
Yeah.
It's just people not doing their jobs.
I just think it's.
And it's Republican and Democratic.
Yes. Yeah. That's the thing, is that we're not pointing to one. I just put that all in the politics folder. Then there's the French authorities are investigating. Oh, this is good. French authorities are investigating the death of a 69-year-old modeling scout who worked to introduce women and girls to Jeffrey Epstein. At least 5 women had been accused of. Had accused Daniel Syed of rape and human trafficking before his death. That I put that in that group too. Then we have. Okay, that one you talked about. Okay, then we got normalizing. Oh yeah, you talked about that. That was the first thing you talked about. Then we go up here, make sure we talked about that. Okay, we talked about that. That was a big one. Just trying to do some bookkeeping, making sure that I don't miss anything that's important. I mean, usually cover the stuff, but every once in a while I think of something that, or say something that might be interesting. Nicaraguan president says country will never again hold elections, extending his 20-year rule. That's cool. I mean, I'd like to be able to be the president and say, you know what, I want to be president for, let's say, 20 more. Let's extend that to 20 more. Ukrainian president has protests over recent firing of Ukraine's defense minister.
Yes, he was a good guy with a lot of forward-thinking ideas, and the established military, who was trained under the Russian Soviet system, forced Zelensky to fire him.
Okay.
And there were protests because the younger people in Ukraine really liked him.
Okay.
Because he was the one behind all the drone warfare.
Okay.
Which turned the tide and actually has had Zelensky and Ukraine winning this war.
Who would have thought that a country like
the
Ukraine would have been able to do that powerful of a strike and stuff? France became the first EU country to block social media for kids under 15. Laws to go into effect September 1st. That was interesting because, there's. Now, first off, that again, I keep saying this over and over again, and I still say it. That is really the parental thing. I don't think it's very feasible for someone to try to, like, for instance, poor Facebook, well, not poor Facebook, but Facebook has been sued many times because of that, and you can't really, I don't think it's fair to, even though Facebook makes tons of money, it's not really fair to sue Facebook over a parental not paying attention.
And you are in the minority.
Yeah, I am, unfortunately. AI goes rogue. It says OpenAI revealed its AI models went rogue during last week during security tests and hacked into a startup. The security breach is believed to be the first of its kind by autonomous AI. The incident occurred when OpenAI tested its two of its models, GPT 5.6 and an unreleased model, to see how well they could expose online vulnerabilities. The models were supposed to be confined to a sandbox, a closed system where they couldn't access the internet. However, in an effort to answer the prompt, the model skirted company safeguards and hacked into Hugging Face, an open source platform for AI technology. The models gained access to internal company systems. Hugging Face said last week it was still investigating whether the customer data was compromised. Read open. That was okay. So they were talking about that, and AI agents have become increasingly popular, especially among programmers. But what are the risks? Well, it sounds like they're pretty high. So
the risks are high, Mike. We talked about that a little bit, something similar to that last week.
Yeah. Well, keep
in mind they keep jumping out of their parameters.
Well,
doing their own thing.
Keep in mind that last year I told you that about the middle of the year I told you that it had at that point it had an IQ of probably someone that was around 120, and by the end of the year it was going to be like 180 or so, or maybe in the 200s. Who knows where it is now with the IQ? It's going to be it blows away anything that you and I or even the most intelligent person. It's way past a lot of that. So we're playing with the time bomb, and used incorrectly, it could be a very, very, very a very big problem. YouTube creator Goblin is going to release an AI-generated feature film in theaters October 30th. It's going to be interesting to see a total AI-generated feature film. So we'll see what happens with that. And then the other thing that I did mention was that this base that I did an AI thing. I don't think I mentioned that when I was looking to see what it was, I sent it a picture of the base. All right. And then I said to it, this is what I want to know. I want to know what year is this base? What do you know about it? And all that kind of fun stuff. And I got answers. And it said, so I figured the deal on the base. I figured that from my producer, I bought it from my producer's album in the 90s. And here's what ChatGPT told me. It says the apparent bass is an EB3, a short-scale bass, probably from the late 60s to early 70s. The body shape and two pickup layout, Gibson headstock, and especially the slotted headstock with the four individual Gibson branded tuners are strong clues. The EB3 was famous. The EB3 was Gibson's famous short-scale bass, produced from 61 to 79. Best estimate 69 to 71. The serial number, and then it says what it looked like. All it did was, this is all from a picture I sent over to it. Okay, it had no information other than the pictures I sent. I sent a picture of the serial number, sent a picture of the bass, and it says what I see is the body style. It says short neck. It said large neck humbucker plus a smaller bridge pickup. All this stuff, it just determined just by pictures. And it says based by the photographs alone, the condition non-working would be 1,000 to 1,800. Working, but with significant wear and replace parts, 1,800 to 2,800. Mostly original, working, good player condition, 2,800 to 4,000. That's what mine is. Excellent condition, with original case, potentially higher. So my guitar, my bass guitar, is worth potentially more than $4,000 with, and if I could find a bass case for that, it could be potentially more than that. That to me, AI shows me what, I mean, that the AI has helped me in so many ways. Like like in writing my book, I'll write what I want about my book, and it'll take my stuff and it'll put it in my chapters for me, so I can write it in any sequence, and yet it'll come up with, it'll say this should go in this section here, and so it helps me put this book together. It helps me organize myself.
Well, today, Patty is outside listening to a play and trying to transcribe the dialogue to the play, and she walked in and she said, this is taking a long time. I said, well, why don't we try ChatGPT or Gemini?
Oh, yeah, that would do it really good. That would, if you just
so I sent it to Gemini, and it did it about 95%. She still had to go in there and make sure it was correct, but it's incredible.
Yeah, it is.
I just showed it a picture of the play.
Yep.
With the name on it, and I typed in, will you transcribe the dialogue for me?
Yep. And I've taken
95% accurate.
I've taken scripts that are pictures of scripts instead of PDFs, and I've also taken PDFs and I put them into ChatGPT, and I say, I'd like to have this in a text form, and this is a script, and it'll put it just like, and then I'll say, analyze the script for me. How should I say these things, or what words should I be emphasizing? It'll go through and it'll tell me exactly what it would do if it were doing the script itself. It's really pretty impressive.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
So,
and I just bought a book trying to educate myself more on AI.
Oh, you're gonna have fun.
I'm 70 years old and I'm trying to stay current. So to stay current, I've got to educate myself.
Right. Sure.
So but in practice, just toying around with it, it's done so much for me.
Oh, it's just, I am amazed at all the different things. That was one of the first times I ever took and had it analyze a bass, just by giving it a small picture of the bass, saying, what can you tell me about this? And what is the value of this? And it did all that stuff, and I didn't ask it for anything other than what I just told you here. And it's just amazing to me that and it can do it so quickly. It's just, oh wow! It's just, I can't really even believe that anything can tell you that much.
Are you paying for your ChatGPT?
No,
or are you using the free?
Free. I'm doing all.
Can you imagine what the paid versions can do?
Yeah, it gets expensive too. If it weren't so expensive, I would. But man,
I know. What are they? $20-$30 a month?
For I mean, the first level I think is 10 or something like that, and I would look at that and then I think, well, what am I going to gain there? Because I'm running out of memory on how much the apparently the 10 isn't going to give me a whole lot more, so I have to delete things so that I have more room so that it can go through and remember. But the other thing is, okay, so I got to do this audition. And actually, it's an audition about me, so it's something I wouldn't normally do. But like I just said, I got to do this audition, and it wants to know, this is what the audition's about. I'm supposed to say a little bit about where I came from, and I'm supposed to keep it about 4 minutes. It ended up writing me something about 10 minutes. But the thing is, because I've done so much, I don't know where to scale it down. Now I have to go through and say, well, where should I scale it down? Because most of my story is about, this is about actors and how they got into acting, but I'm more than just an actor. I'm a writer and musician and all that stuff. And if I'm covering my entertainment stuff, I need to cover everything if I'm talking about entertainment. And that's what it's supposed to be. It's called Beyond the Lens that I'm supposed to do. And this is supposed to be stuff that is how I got where I got. And for me to tell that story, I can't do that in 4 minutes. So I don't know, I may not do it at all because it's just, there's no way for me to scale it down to where it needs to be.
Scale it down.
And I got to be genuine on what I'm doing. So, all right.
Hey, the other thing about AI is my doctor prescribed me a new medication, and so I was sitting down there yesterday morning, filling my pill tray, and I just turned to ChatGPT and I typed it in. I said, "Tell me about this drug, the interactions I can expect." Well, it remembered every other drug I've ever put in there. I put my drug list in ChatGPT.
Okay.
And all my diagnoses, not many, but I got a few. And it provided me a detailed list of every interaction that I could expect.
Wow.
With this thing. And it remembered it. I had forgotten I had given it to my drug list.
Yeah.
I had forgot I had given it, but it remembered.
But isn't that amazing?
Last time we talked, we talked about this interaction with this drug. It just remembered. It's like it's my companion.
Well, it's like I did
my personal companion.
It's like I did that thing about my the things that I'm trying to sell, the different things I'm writing about. It remembered, even though I haven't done it in probably 2 years. It knows about the things that I wrote 2 years ago, and when I was doing the things about the different TV shows that I'm writing, it remembered enough about all of them that it could help me summarize each and every one of them. And to me, I'm like sitting here thinking, boy, you're the best friend I've ever had. You remember everything. So you're sitting there thinking, wow, I wish I could remember things like that, because all the stuff I'm telling it, I didn't realize it remembered it, and I didn't realize I ever told it that stuff. And yet it did. It's just an amazing but scary tool.
It's an amazing but scary tool. That's the perfect way to say it.
Yes.
Because someone's going to use it for nefarious means.
I'm sure people are already using. You started talking about Paramount, and Paramount's. There's a lot of news on Paramount.
Is agreed to pause Warner Brothers' deal until case plays out in court.
And it's funny because it's going to cost him, I think, $7 million a day? That if they don't.
This court case isn't even going to start until next year.
Right. And to me, that's really. Do you really want it that bad?
If the deal isn't done by September 30th, I'm just reading right off your screen.
Yeah.
It's going to cost him $7 million a day, and it's not even going to start by then.
I think it's crazy that I think that
Netflix, they were saved.
Yeah, they owe Ellison a lot of money just because of that, because they saved him a lot of money. And it shouldn't. You know, the thing is, the UK is one of the people that one of the places that stopped it this time. You know, the UK doesn't want it. UK, right? I think it was UK.
Yeah, the UK.
Yeah.
Britain, yeah.
So I don't know why the UK cares about it. Why do they care?
Because there's a lot of film done over there.
Yeah.
A lot of filming happens in the UK.
And it still would be doing.
It's their people that got up in arms.
Yeah. It's kind of
just like our craftsmen and technicians and playwrights and authors and producers are all up in arms over here.
What's gonna happen is they're gonna both go belly up because they had to wait so long and they're gonna run out of money or something, because it's
and
not.
And Netflix will come in and buy the package for peanuts on a dollar, dimes on a dollar.
Yeah, to me it's so stupid that they're fighting over this piece of. It's like fighting over a garbage can lid. You know, it's not even the garbage and it's not even the can, it's the lid. And to me that's too crazy. But yeah, there were. Let's see, I got 6 articles I think that were put on. And to me that's just. It's all about this putting everything off, and I don't see what the big problem is. It's not. It's not going to affect other theaters. It's not going to affect. To me, it's just gonna. You're just gonna destroy both of those. Both of those are gonna go out of business because of this. So.
You know, look, Paramount is in this business to make money. They're not going to do something that's going to hurt their bottom line.
Yeah, but
so they're going to produce movies. Yeah, but I don't think
Ellison's that adept at that because his parents, his family took care of that business. Now he's running that business. He's going to run it in the ground.
I know it looks that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, kind of scary because he probably should have never put a $111 billion acquisition on it. Even though most of that stock, there's not going to be that much stock left if that stock declines the way it will probably decline because people are, seeing it, and people that don't want it to happen are going to sell their stock, and people that are just holding on to the stock are waiting to see what's going to happen. It's just, I think they're really messed up here because I think I think this deal is going sour, and I think that it's been going sour ever since Ellison stuck his nose in this. And it'll be his just desserts because he made sure that didn't happen with Netflix. So I don't know. What goes around comes around. So we'll never know. I guess we'll have to wait to see what happens next week as the deal turns.
Just talk about Sean Diddy Combs for a second.
Okay, yeah, talk about him because you have that. I don't even know what that's about. What's going on there?
Yeah, well, he's in solitary confinement right now.
Oh, did he get a fight or something?
He got into a fight.
Yeah, I did hear about that, but I don't have.
Got into a fight, and he is in solitary now. Whether the other guy's in solitary, I don't know. But I couldn't think it could. I'm just glad. It couldn't be a nicer guy for this to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, when I worked in a prison, I won't tell you the name of the prison, but they had 3 solitary confinement cells. 2 of them had ceilings, and 2 of them had heat. The 3rd one had no ceiling and no heat. Guess where the perpetrators of the fight or the worst people went?
Oh, really?
In the wintertime.
I would imagine they would keep them. Maybe I don't know, but I would think that if I were running a place like that, and I would keep the real dangerous people under something with a ceiling to make sure they don't get out and cause more trouble. But you never know.
It was caged, but just the whole concept of sometimes solitary confinement is a good thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just makes violent people more violent.
Yeah.
So you got to pick and choose. But Diddy got solitary confinement. So.
Wow. Well,
I got a million more things, but it's your turn, so let's go.
No, we can talk. The 3rd segment. Whoever talks. I'm not worried about it. I do have a lot of stuff, but I'm kind of glad that they're taking care of him. So, all right, let's do some of these stories I've got that, okay, it says here, FBI ends international hunt. Here's what they found. A fugitive accused of orchestrating one of the largest Medicare fraud schemes in American history has been captured after a years-long international manhunt, making a 3rd arrest from the FBI's most wanted fraudsters list in 5 weeks. $500 million fraud scheme exposed. Khaled Ahmed Satari allegedly bilked Medicare out of $547 million between 2016 and 2019 by fraudulently billing the government program for expensive and unnecessary genetic cancer tests. Federal prosecutors said that Satari, I guess is his name, conspired with patient recruiters, telemarketing operators, operations, telemedicine companies to create a deceptive marketing campaign that generated test samples reimbursed up to $20,000 each. The scheme involved millions of dollars in illegal kickbacks and bribes paid to doctors and patient recruiters to keep fraudulent operation running. Freaking how much was, $547 million, and that was between 2016, so 17, 18, 19, under 3 years.
3 to 4 years.
That's just,
$500 million.
That's crazy. I'm glad they caught him, but boy, what did that help?
Happening. It's happening in the recovery industry too. Like this is near to my heart. They have a lot of recovery centers out there that are milking Medicaid and Medicare. and and they provide no services, and they have no supervision in the housing.
Jeez.
So guys go into the housing system. They have no supervision, no drug testing, no alcohol testing. They have nobody living there. They can do what they want. They can drink what they want. They can do whatever they want to do. But the owners of the facility is collecting Medicaid money.
Wow. And then we've got, how about this one? This one's about, do you remember Salman Rushdie?
Yes.
You know, do you remember what he was in the news for?
He wrote an article, a book about an Iranian supreme leader.
Okay, so
am I correct?
You're kind of right, but he was in the news.
And he had a death sentence against him.
So the guy, there was a guy that came in while he was presenting. He was at a seminar, and somebody came up and attacked him and stabbed him in the eye. So that's what this is about. It says, man convicted of trying to kill Salman spent years researching the writer's whereabouts before stabbing him at a lecture stage. His name was Hadi Matar. He was found guilty of attempted murder last year. Well, apparently that case, the trial opens up for the terrorism that he was in trouble for. Why is this in here?
That would give him additional time if convicted.
Wait a minute, I'm just trying to figure out why this is doing this. I guess I'll do this. That'll be the best way. Come on, let's do it. I've never had that happen. I never had that open up for an AP story. Where now I've got this AP thing. But come on, let's go. Yes, continue. It doesn't matter. Come on. Let's go. Wish I would have had that happen earlier so I could have stopped this from opening up lately. Let's see here. All right. We got this. Come on. Am I going to be moving or what? What? Come on. Okay, there we go. That's why we need producers here to fix these pages before we get to them. All right, here we go. You're going to have to ask yourselves, what was Hadi's motivation? Well, insanity, I would say, would probably be it. I mean, you imagine stabbing someone just for... I mean, it's so weird to think of this whole thing. Because the guy's giving a seminar, and then all of a sudden that guy goes up and just stabs him. You know, I guess he thought he was going to kill him, but he didn't end up killing him. So that's a guy that doesn't deserve to be paid for that. Because he was bad at his job. But, you know, just kind of weird. You're going to have to ask yourselves, what was Hadi Matar's intent? Well, I think it's pretty evident what he was trying to do.
Pretty evident, yeah.
And then he said he was not guilty. I mean, geez.
Well, everybody's not guilty.
He's not guilty because he didn't kill him. He was just, he was unsuccessful, I guess. I don't know. People are so weird about that stuff. But
there was a fatwa put out against Salman Rushdie because he wrote this book.
Yeah.
He criticized the Ayatollah.
Is that what it was? I couldn't remember. I was trying to remember what that book was. It was something, it was something like that. It was like, let's find out what the name of the book. What was the name of the book? Salman Rushdie put.
Satanic Verse,
it was called. Well, there was there was Midnight Children. That's
Satanic Verses. Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah, that sparked a lot of heat out of him. He should stick to the Midnight Children. That would have been a better one. He won a prize on that, and he didn't lose an eye. Isn't it ironic though that Knife 2024? Oh, that was a memoir against him, against that attack. He wrote another book, The 11th Hour. What the crap? The guy's writing all kinds of stuff yet. Jeez.
Yeah, he's a brave man or he's the stupidest man on the planet. One of them.
He looks like an evil villain now that he has an eye patch. Look at this.
Yes. Maniacal. He's maniacal with an eye patch.
Yeah.
With a monocle.
But, yeah, that's, man, someone that really hates him that bad. So what if he writes a book? Who cares?
Well, it was a fatwa. It was a fatwa, which is a religious edict.
Yeah.
And that gives license to any jihadist in the world.
Is that what it is? Okay.
The right to kill.
That's just crazy. That's just crazy. I don't understand.
We don't think like that, Mike. But these people think like that. That's what they think.
That's true.
It's not every Muslim. It's not most Muslims. It's not the majority of Muslims. But there is a sect of Islam that thinks like this.
So do you know what flock cameras are?
What?
Flock cameras?
No.
You should definitely pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. Okay, flock cameras. They're talking about surveillance cameras that police are misusing. They're called flock cameras. It doesn't. I don't know if it says that in here or not, but it says 3 Georgia law enforcement officers lost their jobs and faced criminal charges after authorities discovered they exploited surveillance technology designed to track criminals for their own personal purposes. Now, what a flock camera is, now you've seen cameras on the street, right?
Right.
Well, they're not those cameras. There's another camera called a flock camera, and that's the camera that we're pictured right here. This is a flock camera. What it does, the flock camera is all over the place. If you look up flock cameras on the internet, it'll tell you where every flock camera is located. And the reason people put that up there is they're going and they're tracking anyone that they want to track. If they wanted to know where I've been, the next say where I've been the month of August, they can take these flock cameras and even though they're taking single pictures, they can track where I've been that whole month just by those flock cameras. And it doesn't matter
wherever they have one.
Yeah, so if they're not, even if they're not looking for me, they have video, they have pictures of me from these cameras, and they can tell. Let's say when I'm going to New Jersey, they can tell what route I took. They can tell, if I took any side journeys. They can tell everything about me just from that. And they may not be looking for me. They could possibly not be looking for me, but they could still use it to track where I'm going. And they'll only use it if they are trying to track me in person. But they're tracking you, they're tracking me, they're tracking everyone on these cameras. And they only use them when they need them, but that's what this story is. They were caught misusing surveillance on this. So these 3 deputies are now facing charges. And, oh, by the way, they track your license plate. That's another thing.
I had a discussion article on surveillance cameras on your street corner.
Yep.
Lawful spying or constitutional problematic.
Exactly.
Constitutionally problematic.
And there's 2 types
I come
of cameras.
down on constitutionally problematic.
They're meant to be used against the criminals, but they could actually use it against any of us, even if we're not a criminal. And in this case, this is why these deputies were caught using their surveillance cameras. They were trying to find out. Oh, actually, here it goes. It says flock camera. Actually says that. The incident marks the second time in recent weeks that Richmond County deputies face criminal charges for misusing the flock system. In June, Deputy Jacarius Yarborough of the Transportation Division was fired and charged after investigators discovered he accessed the surveillance network for personal reasons. Yarborough allegedly conducted multiple searches involving the same license plate over a month-long period before authorities detected the unauthorized activity and arrested him. He was booked into the detention center following his termination. The repeated violations suggest potential systematic oversight failures within the department's monitoring of officer access to surveillance tools. What this means is the highlighting, the concerns are really, people are using them for the wrong reasons. They're using them for their own reasons. Like if I wanted to track where, say, Christine went, and I was a cop, I could just track her just for fun, just to find out where she was. If I was suspicious of her cheating on me, I could tell exactly where she was just by these flock cameras. And or even you, if I wanted to know, is Doug in town? Let's find out where he's at. And just by using your license plate, I can find where you have gone. And if I pick a day, by looking at the flock cameras, I could tell where you turned, what street you used, what time you were at all these places. They're dangerous.
I can give you that in the next minute and a half right now, Mike.
You were home.
I'm very predictable.
I'm sure you are. So am I. I mean, they can tell every Friday. He leaves the house at 1. He drives to the turnpike. He drives down the turnpike and goes all the way to New Jersey. I mean, I'm pretty predictable too. But if I was a criminal and I was doing selling drugs or something, but let's say you were suspecting your wife was cheating on you, and you were a cop, you could follow her without even following her. So it's kind of scary that these cameras are out there, because if they're used for evil instead of good, you know.
Just like AI.
Yep. And so just a little information, because deputies are being arrested for this. Not only deputies, but whoever's misusing it are being starting to get in trouble for these things. I think we're going to see that more often as people learn about this stuff. And a lot of people didn't know about the flock cameras. They know about the traffic cameras, but they didn't know about the flock traffic cameras. And that's,
I had no idea.
Yeah, that's the only reason I know that is because I was doing some research on flock cameras or on this, and then it showed up in an article. Isn't that odd? West Virginia's had issues with flooding. So they've had these, these are deep floods. And actually I think last week, New York City had these floods that came out of nowhere, and they were, I mean, if you lived in New York City, if you were on the first floor, you had major issues. And if you were driving, I mean, the water was up to the roof, at least up to the top of where the windows were. So that was a crazy flood. But this is in West Virginia. It says the Governor Morrissey immediately deployed 100 National Guard members overnight to assist the flooding and all that stuff. And so you got to be. This is kind of crazy. The creek obliterates 40-year record with the flooding. I mean, this is crazy. This weather is just really, really crazy. We had winds that were horrible. It was last week, but it wasn't this weekend, where our neighbors lost power. These 2 giant trees were knocked over from the windstorm. And these were old trees. These were big old trees, and they were knocked over. So I didn't even know we didn't have power because my batteries kicked in and all that stuff. But it's insane, man. I don't know what's going on with the world, but it's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. And I feel fine. School bus slams in the building. Children escape tragedy. Look at this bus. Come on. There it is. Look at that bus. A school bus carrying students from Maryland School for the Blind. Looks like the driver was blind, too. Veered off the road and slammed into a Baltimore area pharmacy building Tuesday, leaving 3 people with minor injuries and sent shockwaves through the surrounding business district. The collision occurred around 2:40 p.m. When the bus lost control, crashed into a pharmacy. Whew, they're lucky. It could have been worse. They're lucky nobody got killed. So that's a big one. Then I
have a question for you.
Yeah.
Did Tesla stock crash there?
Okay, yeah. Well, they didn't.
Here that said Tesla and Alphabet lose hundreds of billions in value and post-earnings stock plunge.
Okay, let's talk about that since I have Tesla stock. Yes, it dropped. They just did earnings and they didn't meet their earnings call, and that was a major issue. And you know, I'm not worried about it because I don't think it's that big of a deal because, I mean, this happened before. This happened many times, and all the people that are all the people that are in. I mean, this was around 400 or so. So it did drop quite a bit. It's going to come back up. It's not a big deal. But if you look at the stock where it says whether it's a buy, sell, or whatever, all the ratings are saying it's a definite buy.
It's a buy.
Yeah, I would buy Sammy, but I don't have any money.
If I had the money, I'd buy.
If I didn't have my money tied up, I would definitely buy right now, because with all the things that are going on with Tesla, it's going to do great.
I see Teslas all the time. Like people are buying them.
You know, it's funny when I think about the cars that are out there and how much you guys are paying for gasoline, ha 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 ha, and how much I'm paying for gasoline, ha 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 ha, zero, and how much I'm paying for electric, zero. You know, it's amazing to me that. And there's a lot of people that are smartening up to electric being the right way to go. When I don't have any parts, you know, even if you just looked at everything apples to apples, you know, if I had to pay electric, if I had to do this, just your yearly expenses. Yeah.
You don't have to change oil.
You know, you have to buy tires every couple of years. Okay. You have to buy tires every couple of years for everything else too. So. But that's our big expense is buying tires. And I got no expenses other than that. And when I'm going down the turnpike and I'm looking at those gas prices, I'm thinking, wow, that's insane. I mean, it's going to go down. But, you know, think of how many people have converted to electric because of that. So they've done Elon a favor by this. So his next quarter should be pretty good. But, you know, I'm not worried about this particular, you know, I've got my money I still own, well, I probably had 60 grand of stock before. Now I probably have 50 or 40 grand of stock. But, you know, I made no matter what I make at this point, I've made my money back because I only had 30 grand into it. So it split a couple times, and you know, I'm ahead of the game. So even if I didn't make anything else, I'm still ahead. But you know, I'm still. I believe in the product. I believe in the company. I believe in Elon. You know, there's no doubt in my mind that this is going to go back up, and it's going to go back up pretty big. So if I get up any extra money, I will probably end up putting some in that. Because it'd be silly not to buy more. But yeah, it is a little scary, but I'm okay. I'm not worried about it. You know, they're even saying about Kathy Wood doubles down on Tesla stock. Tesla keeps on falling. Kathy Wood keeps buying. You know, there's a reason she keeps buying.
Because it's going to come back and she's going to make a killing.
Yeah, I should buy some because I know it's worth it. But I think mine was 150 when I bought it, so you know, I'm okay. It'll come
back.
Like
I said, Mike, because I think they're cute cars, nice cars.
Yeah.
And because I like the way they're designed. But more than that, I just notice them now, and there's more of them all the time.
Oh yeah.
I'm seeing them around Cincinnati.
And the thing is, as I probably mentioned on the show before, one of the reasons I am so strong on Tesla is because of the self-driving. And I know that a lot of people don't trust the self-driving, and I didn't in the very beginning because it wasn't trustworthy. But the thing that I think is important is as I'm getting older, I want to be able to drive until I'm dead. And with full self-driving, I don't have to rely on anyone to come and get me. I don't have kids, So if I don't have a way to get to my doctor's appointment, I'm screwed. You know, I just think that it's the best technology out there. Nobody else has a full self-driving like Tesla. No one. There's just nobody else. Everyone says, well, I got that. I got a controller that keeps the car in front of me so much distance between us and stays between the lines. Yeah, well, that's not full self-driving. That's called cruise control, smart cruise control, where it, you know, that's not self-driving. Self-driving is saying, I'm here, I want to go here. I want you to turn for me and obey all the traffic laws. And it does. And when I'm 69, 75, whatever it is, I want to be able to get wherever I want to go, and I don't want to have to rely on anyone. And I can do that with full self-driving.
I agree with you, Mike.
And I see that it's going to happen where I'm not going to be able to be fast enough to do things. And I see that the car's already faster than me anyway. It already watches more than I watch. And to me, that's the best part, is that my independence is more important to me than anything else. And the price really isn't that bad when you consider, I mean, you can't buy full self-driving now. You have to rent it now. So you're stuck at the yearly rate, or the monthly, I should say, rate. You can turn it on and off for whatever month you need it, but you still have to pay for it. So if anything happens to my car, I lose my full self-driving. You know, if I have to replace my car, I should say. So I'm keeping this car.
Why did they do that? I mean, just
because they can make a lot more money by a subscription mode. Because there were people, I was a small minority where I was buying it, and they didn't want to. I mean, people didn't want to pay the huge price for self-driving, and then they realized people will pay by the month if you're doing a lot of driving, if you do a lot of trips. And they experimented with that. They were giving people free samples of it too. They got to try it, and once you try it, it becomes more. You don't want
to go back.
Well, it's not that. I mean, yeah, that's true too. But once you try it and realize it's not something to be scared of, you're going to be more apt to use it. And a lot of people are. I mean, the people that are using it. And they're actually talking now about taking the older car, like my older one, the blue one. I have full self-driving on that. I didn't pay anything for it. I got it that way. But anyway, I got it with full self-driving. But it's not, at this point, it's not usable till I get the version upgrade. And I don't know if they upgraded it with the last version or not. But I'll be getting an upgrade. And they are supposedly talking about, if you bought full self-driving and have it, as a paid subscription, not a subscription, but a paid product already on your car, they're going to replace the camera so that you can actually use it to its fullest capacity, which means they're going to have to replace the computer and the cameras on that car. But you figure the person that paid the money for that car, they spent probably a minimum of $8,000 for full self-driving. Maybe I'll say minimum of $7,500, and could be as much as $15,000 for full self-driving. Now, if that's the case, and they're going to replace the cameras and the computer, that car becomes instantly valuable because it's not a subscription; it's already owned. Because they're not selling it now, you can't buy it anymore. You can rent it. You can rent that full self-driving.
What is a subscription a month?
$99 a month. Which for someone like me, that it's still worth it for someone like me who's going to New Jersey every week. But it's a little less important than it was once it becomes a subscription model to me. But like if I'm going to Florida, I want it. I'm going to pay that $100. If I'm going to Georgia, I'm going to pay that $100. If I'm going to use it, I'm going to pay that. And someone that travels, like a salesman or something like that, will pay that just to have it. So it's worth it if you're, and if you own the car and it's your car and you don't know, the thing is, it's as long as you use it and it's to you, it becomes important. So if you don't use it, it's a waste of money. So to me, that's I don't want to wreck this car. I want that full self-driving take me for years and years and years, because they're not offering it to, now they may change their mind in a couple of years. They may go back to, okay, you have a chance to buy it, because maybe they'll want to use that to sell cars at the end of the year. Maybe they'll say, here's your one chance to buy, and somebody will take and jump up and step up and make sure that they hit those numbers next quarter. So you never know. Elon's crazy like that. He said he'd never do the full self-driving. He said he'd never do the unlimited charging again. And then what did he do? He did it last year at the end of the year to sell cars. So it's not like it won't ever happen again, but it's not going to happen as regular where you say, oh, I'm just going to wait till then and I'll buy it. Because he wants you to believe that that's the last time that it happened. So, you know, it's a good deal. If he opens it up every once in a while just to get extra income, and then he closes it up, you know, just make sure you're one of the people that buys it.
Can the lower end?
And the lower end does the same thing. Yep.
You can get full self-driving for $99.
Yep.
A month.
Yep. And you don't have to buy it every month. You can buy it just if you're going on a trip this month, you could just buy it for this month. And then cancel it for next month. So
in the future, I can probably afford a lower end Tesla.
Yeah. Yeah. And the lower end, they don't make the X's and the S's anymore. They're done. They dropped the high end, and they're going to concentrate on the cars that people can afford. And so, yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what, the new...
That's probably why I'm seeing more of them, because more people can afford them.
And I'm telling you, the new YL, it's a little bit smaller than mine, and it's a little bit bigger than the regular Y. It's really, really nice. So if anything happens to mine and I have to buy a new car, I'll probably go with the YL. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not as nice as mine, but it's pretty good. So, yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I was just interested because of this article. If you had seen the drop.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of it's interesting. I really I don't know. I'm a big fanatic for their cars because I think that I believe in their cars and I believe in the technology. I believe in the technology because it's the only technology that is built from the ground up, and it's their own technology. So, all right, here's the next one. Murder suspects boards a cruise. Deputies move fast. A Georgia man wanted on murder charges arrested at Port Canaveral while attempting to board a cruise ship. So that's interesting. A nice way to get people. Martell Murray, 24, from Georgia, was taken into custody on an out-of-state fugitive warrant after deputies discovered he violated conditions tied to pending murder charges. So it's good to know that.
Taking a cruise when he was supposed to stay right where he was.
Well, he's going to a cruise now. He's going to cruise right into jail. So that's good. That was kind of a cool thing that he didn't quite make it. Oops! Yeah, forgot to stop. Looks like I picked the wrong time to take a cruise. Let's see.
Yeah, didn't ask permission, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Illegal immigrant caught on a $3 million military cargo. Let's see here. Illegal immigrant from India from a California issued with a California issued commercial driver's license. Now think about this. He's an illegal immigrant from India. Now, why does he even have a driver's license?
Because some states give them out like candy.
Yeah, it says here, an illegal immigrant from India with a California-issued commercial driver's license now sits in an ICE custody after Pennsylvania authorities caught him transporting nearly $3 million in stolen tungsten oxide powder, a material used in armor-piercing ammunition and military applications. So that's, yeah. His name's Deepak Kumar, 31, obtained his California commercial license legally through a controversial state policy that allows illegal immigrants with federal employment authorization documents to receive CDLs. A Fresno trucker's arrest has ignited fresh debate over California's licensing practices under Governor Gavin Newsom's administration. So that's
it is the number one state for giving illegal immigrants who cannot read English.
Yeah, that's the thing. They can't. I can't.
CDLs.
How can that happen?
They give them out like candy.
I guess it's so stupid. Then we've got this, which
and this is the man that may be the next president of the United States.
Yeah, I hope not. I don't like a lot of the things he did during COVID too. FBI ends international hunt, and what they found, a $500 million fraud scheme exposed. We already talked about that. Okay, so that's we already talked about that. That's not. Then we've got attorney stole $300K, then faked terminal cancer. Manhattan Beach attorney who stole over $300,000 from his clients to feed a gambling addiction while faking terminal cancer received a 2-year prison sentence while pleading guilty to multiple felony counts, including grand theft by embezzlement.
They'll take care of his cancer.
Yeah.
He gets free medical.
Jeez. Sergio Vallovinos Ramirez operated his fraudulent scheme between 2019 and 2023. So he made $300,000 during that short period of time, during 4 years. Stealing settlement funds clients expected from their legal cases, the disgraced lawyer wrote numerous bad checks to clients from accounts with insufficient funds, creating what Los Angeles District Attorney Nathan Hochman described as a house of cards that eventually collapsed when the law enforcement and state bar discovered his actions.
It'll just tell you what an addiction will do to you.
Yeah, for sure. Then there was, this is strange, Texas teen drowns, friends delete every message. 2 Texas teenagers face evidence tampering charges after disposing of an 18-year-old's belongings and deleting communications following his drowning death, despite an autopsy ruling incident accidental. Daniel Irving drowned from jumping from a railroad bridge into Lake Ray Hubbard near Dallas in April. His body remains undiscovered for 4 days, while his companions, 19-year-old Lucas Roper and a 17-year-old minor, fled the scene and concealed evidence. According to the arrest affidavits, Roper threw Irving's clothing into nearby trees, while juveniles discarded his cell phone from the vehicle. Neither teen reported the drowning to authorities or notified Irving's family. That's
be in trouble.
Yeah, it's just so bad. And then Roper,
they got scared. They were young and dumb and got scared.
Yep, and the one that's underage will probably get away with it, but I don't think the one above the says
19. He's going to pay a price for that.
Yeah, Roper admitted to detectives doing a voluntary interview after he panicked after Irving drowned. According to the affidavit, he confessed to deleting all communications with Irving from his cell phone because he knew an investigation would follow and wanted to avoid trouble. The three had been together at the lake before jumping from the bridge from near Miller Road in Rolette, a Dallas suburb. The investigators alleged the cover-up began immediately after Irving had disappeared beneath the water. So that's sad. Those kids, I don't know what they were doing that they had to delete, but it sounds pretty bad. So, yeah, that's sad because that the rest of that kid's life is,
it's ruined.
Yeah, and probably the other ones is too. So
well, 17 years old, he could get tried as an adult.
Yeah, and I would imagine they'll probably make that attempt. So I don't know. I just wonder what they wanted to cover up. There had to be something that they're covering up.
They didn't do any. I mean, they did something wrong. They were jumping off a bridge they shouldn't have jumped off of.
Right.
But that's small potatoes compared to what they ended up doing.
Yeah.
They would have just been in a little bit of trouble. Now they're in a whole lot of trouble.
Right. So your buddy LeBron James is going to play a
76er.
Yeah. A record-extending 24th NBA season. Wow. That's a lot of basketball. He broke a 52-year-old drought for the city in Cleveland in 2016. I mean, he's got a lot of things that people are happy about. So let's see what happens.
Well, I don't like LeBron, but he is probably the greatest basketball player ever.
How could you not like him? What does he do that you don't like?
He manipulates teams, forces them to play his way. He runs the show.
Yeah.
And I just don't like that. That's the way it is in pro basketball.
Yeah.
Star players run everything. That's just the way it is.
But that's the way it is probably in all sports, too. I mean, when it comes right down to it.
It's worse in basketball.
Okay.
It just is. And star players run the show. And they've got 5 players who went in Philadelphia now that went to basketball. So it's going to be very interesting to see how LeBron challenges the guys who want the ball not to get the ball as much.
Okay.
Because they have 5 offensive players on the court at the same time. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
It's usually 3. Usually teams win with 3 offensive players, 2 defensive players. This team now has 5 offensive players.
Wow. Okay.
So, and LeBron's 41. How much does he have left in the tank?
Good question.
Philly's going nuts. I read it in all my feed. They're going crazy, insane because he picked Philadelphia over Miami, Cleveland, a couple other teams. He picked Philadelphia, so Philly's going nuts because LeBron picked him. But he's 41 years old. How much fuel, how much more can his body take of becoming an NBA? It's a long season. It's 82 games of being pounded on. It's a lot physically to take, and he's 41.
Right.
So, I'm off my soapbox now. You can go.
I got a quote here. I thought, why would they be celebrating it? And I thought because they have been voiceless for so long. That's a quote with Michael J. Fox talking about his issue, his he got Parkinson's.
He's got Parkinson's.
Yeah. So this the thing that's really interesting about this, there he is. He looks pretty good, but if you see him in person, he doesn't look necessarily that good. But he was with Harrison Ford, as you can see, and I just think it's really cool that he's actually, he was able to get his career to a good spot, and then he got the Parkinson's and was able to be a voice for people with Parkinson's. That may have never happened.
Michael J. Fox is one of the good guys.
Yeah, and who knows if that would have ever happened if he was, if they had the visibility, if he had not gotten it. So he's got his own foundation and all that stuff that are telling you the good things that you can still live and be everything you need to be. But he was the first person that I remember seeing with that. So it was a good thing. And my friend, like I said, my friend has it now, and I feel bad for her. It really does upset your life. I mean, your life is really screwed up then. So
my one friend here in Cincinnati has Parkinson's.
Yeah.
He was untreated, and he could barely walk. He could barely get himself out of bed in the morning.
Yeah, everything
He
hurts.
could barely eat. Everything hurts. He didn't have fine motor control.
Yeah.
We had to drive. I drove him everywhere, to all his doctor's appointments, and everywhere he needed to go. Now with medication, he has his vehicle. He's driving. He's taking care of himself. I don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah.
You can survive on Parkinson's for a good long time.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It just I can't imagine being in that situation because, you know, you and I, we've been, I mean, the things that we've lived through, we haven't lost control of our body. Our body hasn't turned on us. And it's really sad to see this. Teen boyfriend accused, sister and brother both dead. A 16-year-old faces 2 counts of first-degree murder, and after allegedly shooting a 15-year-old girl and 9-year-old brother inside their Baltimore County home. The arrest follows a 2-week investigation. Keith Maurice James Jr., who had just turned 16, was arrested Wednesday and charged with as an adult in the July 7th deaths of Giovanna Marie, 15, and her brother Stephen Allen, 9, at their Gwynn Oak residence. The children's mother discovered their bodies immediately, contacted emergency services. Could you imagine coming home and seeing your 2 kids shot to death? That's just unbelievable. It's so sad. I mean, I can't even... I don't get the whole killing people thing. I mean, it says that a friend of Marie told police the victim had begun video chatting with a boy named Keith weeks before the shooting. On July 4th, the friend witnessed James in Marie's bed holding a handgun during a video call, according to the criminal complaint. Text messages showed James threatening to kill Marie if she became involved with other boys. Investigators recovered similar threatening messages from Marie's tablet that matched communications from James. Cell phone location data. See, all that stuff can be tracked. All that stuff is so easy to track nowadays. And if they had flock cameras, they could track that through flock cameras too. So
all they need to do is ask my wife for the passcode to my phone, and they've got all my whereabouts and all my messages and everything.
But they don't
all
even
my websites I go to.
But they don't even need to know that as much as, like, if they are suspecting that you, they suspected that you came over and killed me, and all they need is your phone number, and they can take a warrant and have it go to your carrier, and the carrier will tell you everywhere that phone has been within that period of time. And if you show up in that house at that period of time, you're pretty much caught. So if you ever want to kill somebody, take someone else's phone. And the thing is, they're making it so that if you decide you don't want to take your phone, they can track your iPod earphones. I mean, this stuff is getting really sophisticated now. So that if you left your phone in your car, they can tell by looking at your iPod earphones whether you were there or not. So this kind of stuff, all this stuff that's tied to your phone is trackable. So that's something to keep in mind if you want to become a criminal. Not that I know that stuff. No, it wasn't me. So just I don't know. I just
learned it by watching TV. I don't know any personal experience.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know what you're talking about. But that's scary. That stuff is really, really scary. How sophisticated they've become. So I think we did we do this? I think we did this one. Let me look here. Blames. Did we talk? I don't think we talked about this. 3 killed in crash. ICE blames Obama release. No, I think we didn't talk about this. Federal immigration authorities are demanding North Carolina keep a Salvadorian national behind bars after he allegedly killed 3 people in a hit-and-run crash. An individual previously arrested and released by the Obama administration, despite a documented criminal history spanning multiple states. 3 dead. It says Javier, I don't know, Pina Solo struck a vehicle carrying 3 people in Salisbury on July 18th before fleeing the scene. 2 victims died at the crash site, while a third was airlifted to a hospital and later died. Witness described hearing screams as the bystanders pulled the victim from the wreckage. Police located Sola, which is the guy, Javier Pina Sola.
Somebody must have described them or taken a picture of the license plate.
Yeah, well, there he is. And the 31-year-old faces 3 counts of hit and run involving a serious injury or death. ICE has filed a detainer. So he was supposed to be relieved of being here anyway. And here he ends up killing 3 more people. So that's sad. This was interesting to me. Workers score biggest raises. Relief arrives. American workers in the lowest income brackets experienced their strongest wage growth in nearly 3 years. It says here the Bank of America is the ones that verified this, showing that the lower income workers are finally gaining some ground after years of inflation eroding purchasing power. The wage acceleration marks the highest growth rate for this demographic since late 2023, when the pandemic era labor shortages drove unprecedented competition for entry-level and hourly workers. The development represents a reversal of recent trends where higher earners captured most of the wage gains. So that's kind of a plus for the people in the lower income bracket. So that was interesting. I think we'll finish it with this next thing I have here. So economists have identified 4 types of thinkers. Which one are you? And that's the question. There's 4 types of thinkers. By the way, I have not investigated this. Oh boy, we got a Guardian article. I may not have. I might. Oh wait. Oh, I know why. Okay, there's another version of this article right here. I looked at that earlier. So here's the 4 types of thinkers. 4 types of thinkers. Let's go. Here we go. So we got the worriers, and that's not a guy that carries a spear. The worriers, not warriors. Worriers thought about the world, events, politics, social issues about 60% more than the average. Their minds are occupied with concerns over wars, the COVID pandemic when it was raging, and other major events. They thought about their safety and health about 50% more than average. Words typically appeared in their thoughts included COVID, awake, lonely, pain, hunger, fatigue. Interestingly, the group thought about music nearly twice as often as average, possibly to mitigate the emotional toll of their other thoughts. So that's one of the categories. The second category, the domestics. Are we in a store? A group focused on more practical end and household matters. Domestics devote about 50% of their thoughts about chores, the home, finances, and stories through movies, books, and TV. The words more often described their thoughts were highly variable, however, including solving, process, debate, and document. The bodily thinkers. No other group thinks more about their senses, feelings, and mental impressions of themselves and the world than this one. A group, bodily thinkers, are the youngest with an average age of 32, and nearly 2/3 are women. They have the highest rate of unwanted intrusive thoughts, 28%. Words that appear frequently in their thoughts Our therapists ache, overwhelm. The group might exemplify how people can move from one pattern of thinking to another. The higher portion of the women in this group could also be due to the effects of the menstrual cycle. So that's the third group. And the fourth is the play hard, work hard. The work hard, play hards. Their minds are largely split between work and leisure, thinking about the job 50% more than the average, while thinking about their hobbies, games, and art about 25% more. The group has the highest income and happiness scores of all the groups, and slightly more males than females. Keywords used to describe their thoughts include relaxation, presentation, flight, nail, project, and gym. Which one are you?
It's either domestic or the last one.
The domestic or the work hard, play hards.
Yeah.
I have to say that I'm probably, I think I'm the work hard, play hard. That's me.
Because the reason I put myself in that group is because I'm constantly doing something creative.
Yes.
In my own way.
Yep.
It may not be creative to other people, but it's very creative to me.
Yeah.
And I thrive on it. I thrive, and I think you do too.
Yeah, I do. That's why I think it's me, because look at all the things I'm working on. I work hard, but I play hard, but I play hard with the things I work hard on. So that's me. I'm always working on something, always thinking about something, always trying to figure out how can I make this better. So, yeah, I think
every day I wake up and I have a goal for the day, and it's creative and it's fun and it's something I love to do. I may not get to spend the whole day doing it because life intrudes, but I have that every day. I don't get bored.
That's the thing. I think that if we identify which of those we are, and we know people in all those groups.
Yeah, my wife's a warrior.
Yeah, and so I mean it's really interesting. And when I saw this, I thought, oh, that could be an interesting way to close the show. We can talk about those different things and all that. And I think that.
So was Christina. I told you my wife.
Let me think about this, because she is a. There's times when she's a warrior.
And then there's the time she's a domestic too.
I would say I think she's a warrior, but she can at time go over into the work hard, play hard too. I don't say that she's not really a. I could be also a domestic too, because I do stories through movies, books, and TV. So she could be that too. Yeah, she could be all. She says she's all of them. She could be all of them. I think.
And probably most of us are to one time or another.
Yeah, I think all of us at some point in our life are all those. But I think the strongest part of me is work hard, play hard, and because I'm always trying to come up with. I always have goals. I'm always working hard, and to achieve those goals, a lot of times I have to play hard because I'm, doing things that I enjoy so much. So my play is my work. Fortunately, I'm lucky enough to say that. Back when I had a job and I had to worry about things, I was a warrior, but I was also a work hard, play hard person. But I used to worry. I used to be a worrier. I used to be a worrier really a lot. But I don't think I worry that much about things anymore. So now I figure, I'm going to take the time I have left on this earth and I'm going to play hard. And I'm going to work hard to get what I want. So
I don't know how many years I have left, but I want to enjoy every second of it. Doing things I love to do.
Christine says, I'm a mess. She's saying she's a mess. Hey, Maxim, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. But, it's set goals, positive manifestation. If you think it, it's possible. The thing is, a lot of people think that you got to have, this vision board and all that stuff. And I'm sure some people do need that. But my vision board is my vision. I mean, it's in my head. I don't think I have to put anything on a board to look at it every day. And people say, oh, I have a vision board. I have to. What's on your vision board? Well, I don't have a physical vision board.
My vision board got crushed last night in Lowe's department store. Lowe's Home. When I got that email that said they weren't going to publish my paper, but by this morning I had rebounded back to, no, I'm not going to let that crush me. I'm going to keep trying.
No, that's it. You keep going. You use that for motivation to do more stuff, you know, and that's it, you know. The bottom line is that you're only as good as you let yourself be. If you stick with the worrier thing, you're not going to be that good. You're going to be stuck in that loop. But if you do the other things, you have a chance to break out of that. And that the worrier group is where I was for so long, and it took me a long time to understand. But I like where I'm at now. So, all right. Well, in that sense, I guess that'll be it. Unless you have something else, you're welcome to continue if you have other things you want to talk about.
No, we're done for the night.
All right. I got a lot of stuff.
Thank you. I've got a lot of stuff left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, well, if you would have told me that, we could have let you do some of it too. I didn't have to take care of it.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
All right.
Sometimes I do, sometimes you do. It all works out.
I always try to make sure I have something because I don't like to be left floundering like, what do we do now? I got lots of stuff. It's just which direction do I want to go, you know? I look to see what the time is, and then I got to figure out which one's going to fit for the most stuff. So I got a lot of stuff that, like a lot of stuff I have are quick hits that I can do if we're really down to the wire, and I keep those separate from the other stuff. So it depends on where I'm at as far as that goes. Like some of the quick hits are polls that talk about midterms. The economy is leading consideration of midterms. It says how much damage can you reverse by quitting smoking. Massive jellyfish found near Cape Cod. Couple, this one's good. Couple holds Titanic-themed wedding. I wonder why they would do that. I wouldn't think of that. So those kind of things are fun, and they're just like. But we had some pretty heavy stuff that we had to talk about, and I wanted to get out of the way. So, all right. Well, then I guess it's time to say goodbye, and we'll convene again next week at the same bat time, same bat channel, and you're going to be here. So
I'm going to be live.
That'll be awesome.
And in person.
Yeah, that sounds great. I appreciate that. Well, I will talk to you next week then.
All right. Take care, man.
All right. You have a good one then. And I guess I got to hit the button first. Here we go. There we go. There's the button. All right. Good night. Oh, wait, that's the wrong button. That's the wrong one. I'm setting the wrong one. Censor the one.
We got 3 more hours to go.
Oh, no. Let's try it again. There we go. All right. Talk to you guys later next week, and we'll have a good one for next week, too.